Breaking news, Giants fans. Big Blue has signed veteran wide receiver Cole Beasley and running back James Robinson. We're going to break down both of these players. We're going to dissect what this means, if anything, for Saquon Barkley. A couple of moves here on a Friday late in July for good old Joe Schoen and the New York Football Giants. We're going to break it down on today's show. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. It's always fun when your teams make moves, right? But what do these moves mean? We know the Giants have a loaded wide receiver core. Where is Cole Beasley going to fit into that? Also, we know that the Giants have a running back that wears number 26 that's been in a contract dispute with this football team for the better of 6 months at this point. A deal was not done, and it did not get agreed to by Monday's deadline. So now Saquon Barkley either has to A, play on the franchise tag, B, hold out ball games, and could the signing of James Robinson be hinting at potentially Saquon Barkley no longer being a New York Giant? We're going to break all that down and more on today's show. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We got 225 people watching already. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. Let's get to 150 likes. Let's do it. It's Friday. I'm excited. Our G-men are making moves. As soon as we get to 150 likes, we're taking shots of tequila. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up icon. And if you have hit the thumbs up icon, I want you to type me in the comments section right now. I want to know who the real ones are. I want to know. Let me know. Type me in the comments section. We got some F. Wyatts going in the comments section. Shout out to Rolly. Shout out to Marty, though, for liking the video. Zion, Steven Williamson, Zion McCoy again, Casey, Jesus, John Murdoch, Loretta, Patrick, Corinne, Steven, Bookie, Jonathan, Rosenberry, Steven, Bart, Fluke, Nasty. Love that. Joey DeLuca, what's up, man? Naquan, William. Wyatt says, not me. Well, technically, Wyatt, you still said me. Brian, Krista, Montez, a bunch of real ones in the chat. Hit that thumbs up icon. 270 people watching. Just at 100 likes. Once we get to 150, we're going to take some tequila out. It's Friday. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And it's Giants making moves season. I'm excited. But the news of the day, the Giants, they signed Cole Beasley. They signed James Robinson. So I want to ask this question to get the comment section flowing. Who is the better signing? When you got the push notification or you heard me say it, maybe this was the first place you heard about the news, which player were you more excited about the Giants bringing to training camp? Is it the veteran receiver Cole Beasley? He has a relationship with Brian Daboll, has a relationship with Joe Schoen. There were rumors last year that Beasley was going to sign with the Giants. Supposedly Daboll and him would talk frequently via FaceTime. Sounds like that deal almost happened, but he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Or is it the running back, James Robinson, who had a really, I would say, hot start to his NFL career with the Jacksonville Jaguars? Then injuries started to follow him around in the NFL. Spent some time with the Jets last year, signed earlier in the offseason with the New England Patriots, but they released him probably about a month ago or so at this point due to some injuries. They were worried that he wasn't going to be able to stay healthy and stay on the football field. I want to hear from you. Better signing, Beasley, James Robinson. For me, I would say probably James Robinson, right? I think if you just said, I think James Robinson is a better running back than Cole Beasley is a wide receiver at this point. And we know the Giants have so many wide receivers on this football team. I don't even know if Beasley's going to make this team. If he is, it's going to be a straight-up battle between him, Sterling Shepard, and Jamison Crowder as, how many veteran slots are you going to have on one team? Then you talk about James Robinson in the sense of, it's kind of insurance, right? Like, if Barkley does do what he's threatened to do, which is sit out regular season games, James Robinson is a plug-and-play player. He's a guy that's been successful in the NFL before. I want to look up his stats, exactly what it was with the Jacksonville Jaguars. In his rookie season, he played 14 games. 14 games. The guy had 240 carries for 1,070 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 4.5 yards per pop. But the thing that I like about him, even more so than his ability to run the football, be a hard guy to get on the ground, run through arm tackles, have that big play explosive ability, he's also a solid receiving threat out of the backfield. 49 catches in his rookie year for 344 yards and 3 touchdowns. So in his rookie season, the guy had almost 1,400 total yards. He had 10 total touchdowns, and he was a special player, almost 300 touches in his rookie season. I mean, you look what he's done since then. He hasn't really gotten back to that level, right? Whether it be kind of got phased out of the offense. The Jaguars drafted Travis Etienne in the first round. Never really got to be that bell cow that he showed he could be in his rookie year, but he was still explosive, which I like in year 2. 4.7 yards per pop and 8 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns on the ground in the first 2 years of his career. And he also had in his second year 31 more catches for 222 yards. And then he ran into the injury bug in 2022, where he just was not able to stay on the field. Then he ended up in free agency signing with the Patriots, and they cut him just a couple of weeks ago. So that's kind of the breakdown. We'll talk way more in depth on James Robinson. We'll talk about what this means for Saquon Barkley. We're going to talk about Cole Beasley. I've got some training camp battles that we're going to talk about. And, Saquon Barkley, he took out the New York Giants in his Twitter and Instagram bio, if that even means anything these days anymore. Loaded show coming up for all the real ones. 407 people watching. Hit that thumbs up icon. Let's get up to 200 likes. Don't be a jabroni. As Gilly coming in with the first super chat of the day, says, tell your Browns producer that his team sucks. PD, Browns suck. Yeah, I saw Gilly and Matthew Peterson going at it on the Twitter bot, and it was exciting. I'll tell you that much. Couple of jabs thrown by Gilly, couple of jabs thrown by PD. All clean play, all good and clean fun. Definitely had me laughing on my way into work, though, which was definitely pretty funny. Gilly, we appreciate you supporting the channel. We appreciate the super chat. Hope you're having a good Friday. Every super chat that comes in today, we're going to pop those up on screen. We'll answer your questions. We'll take your comments. We'll take your thoughts. We'll talk about them. If you want me to tell any of our other hosts at this channel or at this company that their teams stink, I will also do that for free. We do have a little bit of a super chat menu, though, today. It's a good day to be a fan of the Giants. You added 2 good football players to this roster, and insurance and depth, and that was a problem for the Giants last year. Depth, quality depth, and they have that, at least in a better spot than they did last year. Here is the super chat menu, though, for today's show. Every super chat, we're going to give you a shout out. If you send in a $10 super chat, we'll spin the wheel of fun. Got a whole bunch of fun stuff on there. I'll have to do some stuff, maybe drink, maybe do a beer shot fun, have some fun stuff for y'all. You can also get a sticker on the Hard Hat Hall of Fame. Once the season comes around, we're going to start a new helmet. So until then, you still have time to get your sticker on this helmet, and you could do so with a $10 super chat if it lands on the wheel. $50, though, guarantee your spot on the Hard Hat Hall of Fame. If anyone sends in $100, we'll do a beer shot fun race, or maybe it's every $100 we'll do that. But if we get to 500 today, I'm going to do a beer boot. It's Friday, been a long work day, a long work week. I could use some liquor. Let's do it. Beer boot, 500, 3 beers, 1 boot. Let's do it. Also, we're in another super chat battle. We're in a super chat battle once again with the Las Vegas Raiders report. It's been tit for tat. They've won some. We've won some. We play them early. We play them next season, and I don't have any plans of losing that one. But I definitely don't want to lose today, as Mitchell Renz, the host of the Raiders report, is coming in.
$4?
We just started.
Oh, you guys don't have a chance.
No chance, he says. No chance. Mitchell Renz poking the bear of Giants now. Let's take him down. I'm Barkley coming in with a $2 super chat. We appreciate you, my man. He says, have you seen the Madden ratings for the G-Men, L for EA? Yeah, some of the ratings that I've seen for the Giants didn't make all that much sense. I thought a couple of players should have been higher. But you know what? I like being doubted. I like being slept on. I like being the team that no one respects. And that's what I want to do. We weren't respected last year. People thought we were going to be picking top 5 in the NFL draft this upcoming year. Ended up making the playoffs, being a part of the Elite 8 in the National Football League. I don't really care what EA and Madden say at this point. We know who's good, and we know who's not. And Giants, they have a lot of good players on this team. This is why you subscribe, though, to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, because when the Giants make a move, we are going to make a video. We're even going to go live sometimes, pretty much every time. Giants make a big move, we're going to go live, and we are right on the cusp of getting to a major milestone here on the channel. We are less than 400 subscribers away from getting to 30,000 subs on the channel. That is wild to me. I think at this point last year, we had just got to 10,000 subs. So we almost 3x'd our subscriber count in less than 12 months. That is electric. Thank you to you guys. If you haven't yet, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Giants videos every single day. We go live for breaking news. We're live for every single game day on Sundays. So hit that sub button and sub for Giants Dubs. Love this as well. Back to the comment section. I want to see who's rocking out with us as we got 456 people watching. That's awesome. Shout out to you guys. I want to know who the real ones are. I'm not going to tell the real ones what to do because they will just do it. But if you're a real one, do what you do. Let's get a real one roll call going. Shout out to my man Ish. What up, Ish? Marty's a real one, that's for sure. Joey DeLuca says roll call. Yes, sir. Gilly says you already know. Absolutely. Cameron Johnson. What up, my man? Nope. You are a real one, though. No. Billy H. Billy Hartnett in the building. What up, Bill? Cam Johnson, Devarshy, John Murdoch, Cameron Johnson, Michael C. Sanders, Gossy Boy. G-Boy says, let's chant, let's go Giants in the chat. I'm down. Let's go Giants. Let's get in the chat. Let's go. Teacher Planner in the building. What up? Des Pal, Patrick, Serious Wasp. I thought that said WAP. Daily Moves, Brandon Weezus, Screwed World, Gus Nini, Rosenberry, Fluke Nasty, Sinister Times, Zion McCoy. I'm loving it. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. As YCXME coming in with a super chat. Appreciate you, my man. Said, Beasley is a B-. JR, A+. What do you grade them? I want to bring on producer Nick Roloff because Rolly is a Patriots fan. You can type F Rolly down in the chat as well. But Rolly, you got to see James Robinson kind of work a little bit with the Patriots earlier this offseason as he was signed by them in free agency. What do you make of this James Robinson move for New York?
I love it. And I think he's a great insurance back. And since he won't be, supposed to be relied on, I should say, to be a bell cow back for them, because you're going to hope Saquon Barkley will be eventually playing for the team at some point, right? So you're going to hope that he's able to get back to the Giants sooner rather than later. But J-Rob, great insurance. I loved what I saw out of Robinson when he played for Jacksonville. He was one of my favorite players in the entire NFL, and I'm not bullshitting you on that. I loved James Robinson. I even made a meme of a J-Rob fan club. It was me and another friend. It mostly was because he made me a lot of money in fantasy football and stuff, but James Robinson, someone who is also good, Marshall, in between the tackles and is a physical back, right? He's not going to wow you with his speed and athleticism and hurdle people like Saquon can. He'll just put his head down, run into you, pick up those extra little yards. I love me some James Robinson.
Yeah, what I remember from watching him as a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars is he can bounce it to the outside. He can get loose. He's got top-end speed. But he's also someone that in between the tackles, if you just throw a lazy arm tackle at the guy, he's going to run right through that.
Not going to work.
I didn't remember him being this good of a receiving back, though. Those receiving stats as a rookie were impressive.
No. I mean, listen, he did it all. That Jaguars team was horrific. And you look back at his rookie year, right? it was the year before the Jaguars got Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
And he was the only young, bright spot guy on that team. And then the Jaguars did stupid stuff because they're the Jaguars organization.
Oh, ETN
and
first
drafted
round.
Travis Etienne in the first round because Urban Meyer was off his domer and just wanted to do some stupid shit. So they draft Etienne to replace James Robinson, who was actually good for them as a rookie. And that pushes James Robinson out a little bit. And then it results in a trade to the Jets. And then, unfortunately, he got hurt. But if Urban Meyer never takes Etienne, we might be talking about James Robinson still tearing it up in Jacksonville with...
Probably getting his number retired at this point in Jacksonville.
Basically.
So I would say Beasley, B+. I think that's a good rating. Rating, whatever you want to call it. And then I would say J-Rob, I'll give it a B. I mean, maybe even a B+ in the sense that, like, Rolly, it's July 21st. Getting a player that's had that type of production in the league and still being less than 26 years old, that doesn't really happen all that often in NFL free agency. So, and then you're really like, it's a win-win situation. Like, if you get anything out of Robinson, awesome. If he has to be your starter, you got one for really, really cheap. Both these guys, I'm assuming you're going to sign for the veteran minimum.
Mike, there we go. Board wasn't working. I was muted. I'll say this. You don't want anything from James Robinson in a hypothetical world, right, Mark?
Yeah, ideally, he never plays.
Ideally,
Or he takes... Yeah, I mean, or the 4 running backs you go into the active roster are Barkley, Robinson, Eric Gray, and Matt Breida, right? That could be a world we live in. But yeah, ideally, right, like you never have to rely on James Robinson to be the running back because if you do, that means Barkley's going to have to sit out games. And no matter how much I like James Robinson or how much Rolly likes him, he ain't Saquon Barkley.
Yep, no one's Saquon Barkley.
So I'll give it a B+. B+. As John Murdoch coming in with the $20 super chat. John Murdoch, we appreciate you, my man. I'm popping the cherry on the tequila. Let's go. 8 likes away from 200 likes. If you could, hit that thumbs up icon. Let's go. As B. Bololi is in the chat. He says, Marsh, do you think Barkley plays this year even if he sits out games? My prediction, Barkley suited up Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys. Saquon Barkley cares too much what people think. He cares too much about legacy. He cares too much about making the Hall of Fame. He's already missed an entire season due to an ACL injury. How many more games can he realistically sit out if he wants to be a Hall of Famer? I believe Saquon Barkley will play week 1 for the Giants. Cam Johnson, $5 super chat. What up, Cam? He says, we should have signed Marcus Peters or Julio, both vets that were once elite with juice left. We could also sign Isaiah Rodgers, who's a dog, or Yannick. Isn't Isaiah Rodgers the corner that's suspended from the Indianapolis Colts for betting on football games? I'm good on that. I do not need to sign a football player that's going to bet on football games and just be stupid. I would love to sign Yannick Ngakoue. No doubt about it. Marcus Peters, I was a fan of wanting to bring him in, but then we drafted Deonte Banks in the first round. So I'm good on Marcus Peters. I want to see what Cordell Flott has to offer. Aaron Robinson, remember, he was a third-round pick, played really good his rookie year, got injured last year. And Julio Jones, he's washed. He's not that guy anymore. Not that guy. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? All righty, let's get into it. Let's dive into the cut. Breaking news. The Giants, they made 2 moves. First, let me get a shot of this tequila. Shout out to you guys. Woo! Santi says, where's the Henny? We stopped drinking Hennessy on the show because, like, I would get off and I'd like be trying to fight people in the office. So no more Henny at work. Hennessy at work should never happen. So we went to tequila. No Henny at work. That was a bad idea. Let's get into it, though. The Giants, they signed 2 players in NFL free agency. Breaking news, Giants fans. Your team has added 2 veteran players to the roster on a Friday. late in July. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. The Giants have signed veteran wide receiver Cole Beasley in NFL free agency, and we've known for about 16 months at this point that the Giants were interested in Cole Beasley, dating back to the middle of last year's regular season. He has those relationships with Schoen and Brian Daboll. We're going to break down the Cole Beasley signing in depth just around the corner. But the move of the day for the New York Football Giants, they have signed running back James Robinson. Your first thought might be the same as mine. What does this mean for Saquon Barkley? Man, oh man, is it going to get messy in East Rutherford over the next couple of weeks. Robinson is a good player, though, no doubt about it. And he's going to come in and give this Giants running back room more talent. That's what they needed. Even if Saquon Barkley was going to play, the Giants really only had 3 running backs on their roster that I really trusted, that being Saquon Barkley, Matt Breida, and Eric Ray. I like Ja'Shawn Corbin, but he's a UDFA. So I'm not going to put too much stock into him. Gary Brightwell hasn't showed much outside of that touchdown against the Packers. But when you're talking about James Robinson, you're talking about a guy that when he entered the National Football League, he came in like a hurricane early on for Jacksonville. In 14 games played for the Jags, the guy had 240 carries, over 1,000 yards, and had 7 touchdowns on the ground and a 4.5 yards per pop on the ground. But he also was a threat out of the backfield. 49 receptions for 344 yards, 3 touchdowns, 10 combined touchdowns, over 1,400 total yards for James Robinson. But he never really got to the point of that same level of production throughout his NFL career, really after that. Still a young player, though, only 24 years old. He'll actually turn 25 in a week. So you're getting a young player who's really been successful in his early part of his NFL career. Question is, though, why did the Jags move off him? Why did the Jets move off him? The Jags moved off him because Urban Meyer has peanuts for brains, and he drafted Travis Etienne in the first round after was Robinson undrafted? Was he a 6th-round pick? Undrafted player, a guy on a cheap contract, undrafted player, mass production, a lot of production his rookie year. And Urban Meyer said, I don't want that. I want to pay a running back a lot of guaranteed money over the next 4 years. So then they traded him to the New York Jets. Then the injury bug started to really pile up. Left the Jets in free agency, ended up signing with the New England Patriots. And Jeff Howe of The Athletic said a little more context. This is back in June. The Patriots released a James Robinson. Injuries were the issue, and the veteran running back couldn't stay on the field. So a little bit of context as to why he's bounced around despite being a really productive player. This is why you guys, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to New York Giants Now by Chat Sports, because when the Giants make a move, we make a move. We make a video. Giants news and rumors, content every single day. We go live for game days every single Sunday. So if you love the Giants and you want free content every day, hit that big red sub button and help us get to 30,000 subs on the channel, a massive milestone we're trying to get to before the season. I've already been asked maybe 20 times on Twitter in my DMs, the Marshy, the Giants, they signed James Robinson. What does this mean for Saquon Barkley? Well, this is what I think it means. Saquon Barkley is going to skip training camp. He will not be there. He has probably already told the Giants he won't be there. He's already probably told the Giants as well he is not going to play preseason football. So if you don't have Barkley for training camp, you don't have Barkley for preseason, who I doubt he would have even taken a snap in preseason. You needed another body at the position. You needed another guy to take reps, to give your defense a look. And James Robinson was probably the best available in free agency at this point. But because he's so good and accomplished in this league, he's going to compete with the running backs on this roster. And first up is Matt Breida, who was the number 2 back for New York this past year. In 17 games for the Giants, he had 54 carries for 220 yards, had a touchdown, had some pretty big catches down the tail end of the season. Wasn't really a guy that got a lot of workload. There was not really another running back in the NFL at that RB1 position that got more of a workload and played more of a percentage of snaps than Saquon Barkley. So Breida didn't get all that much burn for the Giants. And as he gets older, the Giants knew they needed another running back. So what did they do? They went out and drafted Eric Gray in the 5th round of the 2023 NFL Draft out of Oklahoma. And at the time that Eric Gray was drafted, I was a little bit puzzled by the pick, but the more that I watched him, the more tape study I did, I really started to fall in love with the prospect. Man, he is shifty inside the hole, lacks the top end speed, no doubt about it, but will run through arm tackles, and he's a guy that is explosive. I mean, 727 yards after contact last year for the Sooners. He had 21 runs of more than 15-plus yards. He made 58 defenders miss last year, and he did not drop a single pass. He's a threat out of the backfield as a runner and as a receiver, and he, right now, maybe the 4th running back on this Giants team, because you look at this depth chart. I was talking with producer Nick Roloff before the show, and he asked me, who do we put at RB2? Is it James Robinson? Is it Eric Gray? Is it Matt Breida? I don't know who it's supposed to be. So I'm going to put Breida in that spot right now. I put James Robinson at number 3. Then you got Eric Gray, you got Ja'Shawn Corbin, and you got Gary Brightwell. But it all matters on what Saquon Barkley is going to do. Barkley wants to play, he'll be RB1, no doubt. Barkley decides to miss games. Giants may have to approach it with a 3-headed monster technique. I'll ask you this question. Pick an RB2. Who's going to be the RB2 for Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka, and the New York Football Giants this year? Type their initials. MB for Breida, EG for Eric Gray, or JR for James Robinson. The other move of the day for the New York Giants was signing veteran wide receiver Cole Beasley. This one was pretty funny, in my opinion. We talked about it last year on the channel that during the year, the Giants had contact with Cole Beasley. He has that relationship with Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen. And now, in July of 2023, they get the job done. Mike Garafolo of NFL Network broke the news that Cole Beasley, the veteran receiver, will be signing a 1-year deal with the New York Football Giants. And he is going to enter a very crowded wide receiver room. My one-word reaction to Cole Beasley signing with the New York Giants is relationships. And it doesn't matter what field of work you work in, whether it be football, whether it be you're a YouTuber talking about the Giants, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a mechanic or an electrician or an accountant. Relationships matter. And clearly, Brian Daboll loves Cole Beasley. And Joe Schoen loves Cole Beasley as well. And that's why he is here. Remember, he spent 4 seasons in Buffalo after leaving the Dallas Cowboys. So we remember him as a Cowboy, no doubt about it. I remember him catching that game-winning touchdown against the Giants in the backcourt of the end zone at MetLife Stadium and that wild Cowboys comeback. But he spent a lot of time with Buffalo. He has a relationship with Daboll and Joe Schoen. And he was solid in those 3+ seasons for the Bills. He's a very savvy slot wide receiver. He's shifty. He's a really good short to intermediate route runner. He can be kind of that safety valve for a young quarterback. Not calling Daniel Jones it anymore, but we saw with Josh Allen in Buffalo, it was 3rd and Beasley. On 3rd and 6, where's Cole Beasley going to be? He's going to give you a little shake and stem at the top of his route, cut in, cut left, or sit it down. IQ, smarts, and route running ability is why the Giants signed him. And now it is a veteran fight for that starting slot receiver. I'll ask you, I told you my one-word reaction was relationships. I want to hear from you, though. What is your one-word reaction to the New York Giants signing Cole Beasley? This receiver room is packed, ladies and gentlemen. The day and age of Marcus Johnson having to start games for your New York Football Giants, the day and age of the Giants having to sign a guy that was cut and then it's signed on waivers like Isaiah Hodgins. Happy it happened. Hodgins is a great player. But the Giants aren't going to hopefully have to be in that boat anymore, because when you talk about the amount of competition that this room is going to have in training camp, it is going to be crazy. You got Hodgins. You got Shepard. You got Robinson, Wan'Dale Robinson, former second-round pick. Are Shepard and Robinson going to start the season on the PUP list? That's something to monitor. Maybe the Giants have gotten word that they will, and that could be a reason that they're bringing in a guy like Cole Beasley. You got Darius Slayton. You gave him a good bag to come back in free agency. You got Paris Campbell, who I'm a big fan of, and I think he's going to have a good year for the New York Giants. You got the rookie, Jalen Hyatt. You drafted him in the 3rd round. You got Jamison Crowder, who's an accomplished veteran. You got Cole Beasley, who's an accomplished veteran. Colin Johnson has been a training camp and off-season star for the Giants the past couple of weeks. You have Bryce Ford Wheaton, the UDFA Randy Moss. You got David Sills and Daniel Jones' best friend. You got Jeff Smith, who's a special team specialist, and the Giants signed in the first week of free agency. I just told you about 12 receivers, it felt like, on this team. But the question is, how many receivers are the New York Giants going to keep? And I think the number might be 6. So if you're talking about the top 6 receivers New York is going to keep, let's go, we'll play a little game. Let's expect this first 6 list to be if Wan'Dale Robinson and Sterling Shepard start the season on the pup. Remember, they're both coming back from ACL injuries. Locks to make this roster no matter what, though, are Hodgins, Campbell, Slayton, and Jalen Hyatt. Those guys are all locks to make this roster. Then I would put it's either going to be Jamison Crowder or Cole Beasley as that slot. Maybe they keep 7, but I would then put Colin Johnson as that 6th receiver. But let's say the injuries are not going to happen. Shep and Wan'Dale Robinson are both going to be healthy. I think this might be the 6 receivers. Hodgins, Robinson, Campbell, Shepard, Slayton, and Hyatt. Notice I don't have Cole Beasley. Notice I don't have Jamison Crowder. I believe Sterling Shepard is a better football player than those guys right now, even though he's had a really long injury history. My point in saying all this is the Giants are going to have a tough training camp between the wide receivers to see which 6 guys are going to make it. Maybe they keep 7 guys, but for this exercise, let's act like they're going to keep 6 players. What 6 wide receivers are going to make the roster for Big Blue, the final 52, 53-man roster? How many? I mean, which 6 guys? Which 6 guys is it going to be? It's tough. Let me know what you think down below. As always, I just want to say thank you guys, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in to Giants Now. Busy day. Everyone knows, I know you guys got busy days and busy lives, but we appreciate you taking a couple of minutes out of your day to spend it with us. Breaking news here on the channel. That's why you subscribe. Go down right now, hit that big red sub button. Oh, man. James Robinson, Cole Beasley, you are New York Giants. Wow, that's when I came into work today, if you had to tell me that if you told me the Giants were going to sign 2 people today, if you told me the Giants were going to sign 2 people, I would have told you, you're crazy. I would have never thought that. Especially one being Cole Beasley. I didn't think that he still had the juice anymore. That's for sure. Grade the Giants wide receiver room, though. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Still 530 people watching. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the best. As Asia Roberson is in the chat. What up, Asia? What up? Eddie Rivera in the chat. Cam Johnson, Rolly, says we have to keep Bryce Ford Wheaton. I don't know if we have to keep Bryce Ford Wheaton, but I know you guys love him. Jay Fed says Beasley's just a veteran camp body. I could agree with that. My man, Mr. Rick, what's going on, Cha? He gives it a D. Giants receiver room's a D? Yikes. Marty gives it an A. Jordan gives it a C. Who is that guy? Cracks a solid B or B+. What's up, Asia? Gator says D, no wide receiver 1, and everything else is mid. All right. What about if we included Darren Waller as a receiver? Because he might lead this team in catches. Ryan says, I like Bryce Ford Wheaton a lot. A lot of people like Bryce Ford Wheaton. Joseph gives it a B+. Aaron a B. Zay go crazy, C+. Cam says, if we had a bona fide wide receiver 1, it'd be an A. Asia, I do miss you. Where you been? Girl? Nope says, hashtag Giants like a B. There's a lot of receivers, including Waller and Bellinger. B+. I'd give it about a B. C+ to a B would be my grade for the Giants receiver core. But what happens if Hodgins takes another step? What happens if Slayton takes another step? This team's going to continue to get better and better, no doubt about it, especially the young receivers. You're good. We have a couple more segments coming up in today's show. We got some news and rumors coming out about Saquon Barkley. Does Saquon Barkley want to be traded? Well, he's done some things that make it seem like he doesn't want to be here much longer. I'll tell you that much. We'll talk about that around the corner. Then we got some training camp battles that I'm going to be looking forward to in just a second. So we'll talk about that as well. So shout out to you guys. Everyone that super chatted, we appreciate you. We're going to pop those up on screen in a second. Having a couple of technical difficulties. So give us a second. I'll verbalize, though. Trey Miles in the chat. Yeah. What up, Trey? He says, I like the move of Beasley. He gives Daniel Jones another security blanket when things get funky. Hashtag Giants. Hashtag G-Men. Hashtag True York. Shout out to my man Trey Miles. Always showing love. Yeah. Shout out to him. A real one. Lumbagus coming in with a $2 super chat says, I wonder who makes the final roster at receiver. Lumbagus, it is going to be interesting. That's for sure. Joe Schoen looked at the receiver core last year. He saw that they were desperate to bring guys in, and he wanted competition heading into the offseason, heading into training camp. That's going to be competition, no doubt about it. YCMXE, though, came in and said, but I think we still need a wide receiver one. You agree? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Shout out to Trey Smith on that one. If you know, you know. Yes, the Giants still need a number one wide receiver. Every team needs a wide receiver one. Can that be Darren Waller? Can Darren Waller emerge as the Giants' number one wide receiver? That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting him and Daniel Bellinger to be on the field a whole lot together. So he may be listed in your program and on your depth charts as a tight end, but he's going to be a receiver. He's going to be a receiver, no doubt about it. We do have a super chat menu in today's show. Every super chat, we're going to pop those on screen. We're going to give you a shout out. We'll talk about it. You could ask a question. Myself, Nick Roloff, we will answer it. Every $10 super chat, we'll spin the wheel. We got a 20, so we're going to spin it one time. We'll spin it 2 times for our man John. If we're at $39 in super chats, once we get to 100, I'm doing a beer shotgun or a Happy Dad shotgun. Happy Dad shotgun once we get to $100 in super chats. And if we get to 500 today, we're doing a beer boot. 3 beers, 1 boot, big chug energy.
I'll say this too, Marshall. It's Friday, like Giants breaking news. Like, how else would you want to spend your Friday afternoon than kicking it with Marshall, kicking it with me? You probably don't give 2 shits about me, but I'm just here for fun. I got my shirt on.
I'm glad you're here, man.
My beer glass.
Friday beers.
Hole. If you know, you know. If you're a golfer, that 19th hole is always the best one. I'm waiting to crack open this grape Happy Dad. I've yet to try this flavor.
Really?
And I'm just waiting to be able to crack it open. $10 super chat, I'll crack it open. How about that?
Wow. Asia. I see your comment, Asia. I'm sorry about that. You know, we continue to think about you all the time, keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. Shout out to you, Asia. You're always a real one here on the channel. We love you. Shout out to Asia. Drop some prayer emojis in the chat for her. She's been dealing with some family stuff, which is always a stressful time, no doubt about it. John Murdoch sent in a $20 super chat. So we're going to spin the wheel twice for my man, John. Maybe this will incentivize some other people to spin the wheel. Shout out to him, John Murdoch, a legend. He's been tuned into Giants Now and Knicks Now for quite some time. First one of the day, I like it. I like it. Let's wet the beat.
Get the juices flowing.
Oh, my guy says, my name is...
Oh, Lumbagus. I get to try it. I get to try.
Lumbagus said, crack it, bud. Why come? I gotcha.
Whoa.
That's his name. Why come? C-O-M-E. C-O-M-E. Not you. Shout out to
I
you.
hope you're not coming in me.
In you? That'd be crazy. Shots for my man John Murdoch. $20 super chat. We appreciate it.
Oh my. Jesus. You know, I haven't been on Giants live in a while.
It's been a minute.
Dude, I used to be the
You were
guy.
Giants guy for a while.
I mean, basically since the NFL season ended, I was the guy on Mondays hanging out with you. I was then replaced by most of you know Patrick Seatman.
Well, no. You left us for Bears Live.
No, because Bears is on Tuesdays, Giants is on Mondays.
Chiefs. You left us for Chiefs now.
I haven't done a Chiefs live in years.
You haven't done Chiefs Live in years. Spin the wheel one more time for my man John.
Well, we actually owe.
Oh, we owe a couple spins.
We owe another spin for John.
One more spin for John.
Lumbigus and Trey Miles. We'll flash those on screen for you in a second, but let's get the spins.
We got 3 more spins. Shout out to Lumbigus and Trey Miles. This one for my man John.
Oh, okay.
All right. Another shot at tequila. Another shot at
I
tequila.
feel like we
The shots are wild.
underpriced ourselves today.
We did.
But when
It's Friday.
Giants make 2 signings. It's Friday. Like,
You don't get that very often in July.
I mean, you can feel the juices of the NFL season flowing a little bit here, right? You got Melvin Gordon signing today, James Robinson. You now Cole Beasley. You had what was the signing the other day, Marsh? There was another signing a couple days ago, or at least visits. Like visits are happening, so that's
Kyle
juicy.
Van Noy visited. Former Patriot. I actually would like for the Giants to sign Kyle Van Noy. I'm a fan of his. Was there another big signing recently?
I swear there was.
Denzel Mims trade.
Oh, D-Hop.
D-Hop, yep, D-Hop.
Ooh, that's what I like to see.
A Marsh shot. Okay. All right. Shot it up.
Chris D asks, is Robinson any good? Well, if you just listen to me speak, which like I've just mentioned a little bit, probably means nothing to you guys. But I love James Robinson, and I think he's going to be very good if Saquon sits out. But evidently, and Marshall stated this during the segment we just did, that the hope is you never see James Robinson because you only see Saquon and you only see Matt Breida. I guess James Robinson, Matt Breida.
I honestly think Robinson is probably better than Breida.
I think Breida just brings something that Robinson can't. And even though Robinson is decent with his hands and in the receiving game, this Breida is like that shifty, smaller route running back, whereas James Robinson excels running downhill.
Yeah, agreed. I'm honestly shocked by this. We did Saquon Barkley replacements on the channel yesterday. Kind of upset at myself I didn't have James Robinson in there. Ooh. Wow. All right. So, as you see, that is Shot Fun 1. There is another Shot Fun slot on there. Rolly's going to remove Shot Fun 1. It's gone.
Gone.
So now we have one more Shot Fun on there. If that second Shot Fun hits, we got to do a Shot Fun race or shotgun race. It's a race.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so get your drinking pants ready, Rolly. Get your drinking pants ready.
We got to take a couple happies out of the fridge.
We got 2 right here.
Okay.
So a $10 super chat at this point could get us to do a beer Shot Fun race. That would be insane. Shout out to you guys though. Still 460 people watching. Let's break down. Let's roll through these super chats, and then let's dive into another Barkley segment. We got some Barkley news and rumors to talk about. He did some pretty teenage girlish stuff on Instagram and Twitter, so we're gonna break that down. Screwed World said Giants should sign me to a minimum 1K yard rushing or receiving season easily. You got that type of juice? You got that juice in you, dog? I don't know. Screwed World. I don't know if you got that little, can you get in and out of a break? Can you, whoop, this way? Whoop, whoop. Oh, got him. Got some people tweeting at me some nonsense. The trolls have been coming for me on Twitter recently. It's wild. It's crazy, man. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, though. We got 460 people watching. I know not everybody is subscribed, so if you could, hit that sub button right now, as we are less than 400 subscribers away from 30,000 subs on the channel. That's a huge accomplishment. That's a huge accomplishment that I'm super proud of. If you're a subscriber, I think you should be proud of it, because one thing I like that's a little bit different about our channel is I feel like we're a real family. I feel like we're a real community. I want Giants Now to be a safe space for Giants fans to come interact with other Giants fans and be an entertaining and engaging and informative show, while also offering a live chat that we have our eyes on all the time, where you guys can engage with others and just be freaking Giants fans. That's what I love about this channel the most. So to everybody that has subscribed, shout out to you guys, man. It's crazy to see the growth that this channel has had just in the last 12 months. Shout out to y'all. My man Brazy says Jay Sean Corbin and Gary Brightwell have a 0% chance of making the roster. Yeah, that's probably right. You're probably right. If the Giants are going to keep 3 running backs, and let's say Saquon Barkley doesn't play, it's going to be Robinson, Breida, and Eric Gray. If they keep 4 running backs and Barkley's one of it, it'll be Barkley and those 3 guys. So, yeah, I agree with you. It sounds like Jay Sean Corbin and Gary Brightwell may have played their last downs as Giants. That's wild. That's wild. Corinne, who's acting like a child? Saquon? Oh, yeah. I don't like what he's been doing recently. I don't like it. Just feels a little bit lame, in my opinion. Feels a little bit lame. I don't like going out and going on a podcast and pretty much just like going out there and airing out dirty laundry and gossiping, because that's kind of what he was doing, right? I don't know if you guys saw the podcast with Saquon Barkley. It was the Money Matters podcast. You should go check it out. It's really good. My man Lumbagus, we love you, Brody. Thank you for being a real one, and thanks for letting Rolly crack open that Happy Dad. Can we get an initial taste test if you haven't?
So, just hands up. Just going to call a spade here. Little issues with the Super Chat feature today. Getting it on screen. We're working on it, but we'll just have to verbalize Lumbagus's $10 Super Chat where he said, crack it, bud, where I'll take a sip and finally get to try it. And also Trey Miles goes, you're rolling. You know we got love for you, bro. Hashtag G-Man. Hashtag
True York.
True York. Okay. Hashtag Giants. So I'll take a couple.
My man Trey Miles is a real one. No doubt about it. It's very grapey. One sip.
I'm not sure. I'm not bought in. I'll tell you what. It smells a lot like grapes.
Very grapey scent.
And I don't know if I'm in on that. Like, I know the smell has nothing to do with
It's like
the taste.
almost like kind of a medicine-y grape.
I agree. And I know that the smell has nothing to do with the taste.
But it does.
But it does, because when I'm taking a sip and my nose gets a little whiff, it's just too much. Too much grape overload. And I'll tell you what, I've been on a grape kick. I've been eating like 40 grapes a day.
But that's the difference. That's purple grape.
I know.
I'm green grape. I'm a green grapes guy. Green grapes are the best grapes.
In opposition of the other happy dads and the other happy moms.
Happy Mom's raspberry, I think, is the best one they got.
I agree. And I'll say this. Those other ones obviously have flavor, but it doesn't feel like forced flavor.
Yeah.
This does.
It's forced?
Forced.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't the biggest fan of the grape one either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan here.
Not a big fan of that. As Dat Boy Joe comes in with a $5 super chat and says, who has the best chance to be RB1 and RB2 if Saquon sits out? You got 3 guys now competing for that spot, Dat Boy Joe. You got Matt Breida. You got Eric Gray. And you got newly signed running back James Robinson. James Robinson, a.k.a. J-Rob, according to Rolly. I don't know if that was ever – is that an official nickname?
It is from me.
It is. Okay. That's all that matters.
If he's playing in the regular season or even in preseason, and you're saying, like, you're not going to say James Robinson or Robinson. You're going to go J-Rob with a nice little 5-yard run up the middle there.
That's good stuff right there. Yeah, I might as well. I don't even know what it was supposed to be. Is it just sub? No, what was it? It's not. Yeah, it's not. Just make sure it's in first 5-ish. If you have to move it up after that sub, that's cool. Alrighty. We got some news and rumors about Barkley. We're going to break those down in today's show. I want to shotgun this happy dad. We're $36 away. $36 away from me shotgunning this happy dad. Let's get into it. Giants fans, question. Would you trade Saquon Barkley for a first-round pick? I want to hear from you down in the comments section. Type Y for yes, type N for no, and let me know, would you deal Barkley for a first-round pick? Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and the question of the day, the question all over Giants fans' minds is this. Does Saquon Barkley want to be traded? Remember, Monday, it came and went. The franchise contract extension deadline, it also came and went. And the Giants were unable to get a long-term deal done with Barkley, which means he either A, has to play on the franchise tag, B, the Giants can work out a new one-year deal, or C, he can hold out and sit out games until Week 8 rolls around, and he has to make a decision on that. The reason, though, we're asking, does Saquon Barkley want to be traded, is because he has taken out the part of his social media bio on Twitter, on Instagram, where it says running back for the New York Giants. That's what his Instagram bio used to look like. And then yesterday, he changed it, and it just says Saquon Barkley. He removed where it said running back for the New York Football Giants. He also did that on Twitter, and now everyone is asking me, Marshall, does this mean Saquon Barkley wants to be traded? Does this mean we're going to trade it? Does this mean he's gone? Does this mean he's not going to re-sign? We're going to break all that down in today's show. But the news of the day, Saquon Barkley removes mentioning the New York Giants as his football team. This is why you subscribe to the channel, though, ladies and gentlemen, because if any news, any rumors, any update, any information comes out from Saquon Barkley, we're going to break it down on this channel. So subscribe and turn your notifications on so you never miss a thing. This is childish behavior. This is very immature behavior from Saquon Barkley. I'm very disappointed in the way he is going about handling this situation. On top of this, on top of doing the thing that ex-girlfriends do when you break up with your significant other, you delete their pictures on Instagram, you take their initials out of your bio, whatever the kids are doing this day. Saquon Barkley went to that level. It's immature, it's childish, and it's baby stuff, man. It's a joke. I'm embarrassed for Saquon Barkley. Not a fan of this whatsoever. So coming up around the corner, we're going to talk about some potential trade destinations for Saquon Barkley. If Saquon Barkley was to request a trade or the Giants were to trade him, I have 3 teams that I believe will be at the top of the order for Saquon Barkley to be traded to. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Z-Biotics. And I got to be honest with you guys. Sometimes after those Super Chat Paloozas on the live streams, that next morning is not all that great. That is until I found Z-Biotics. Z-Biotics pre-alcohol probiotic is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. It's designed to work like your liver, but in your gut where you need it most. Drink Z-Biotics before drinking alcohol, drink responsibly, and get a good night's sleep to feel your best tomorrow. I love the packaging. that Z-Biotics comes in. It's really smooth. It's really sleek. It could easily fit in a carry-on bag or one of your toiletry bags if you're going out of town. It comes with 6 individual bottles in the case. It's awesome. I love Z-Biotics, and you can save 15% off at zbiotics.com/chatsports or scan the QR code on the screen right now to get 15% off your first order when you use code CHATSPORTS at checkout. You can also sign up for a subscription as well so you can stay prepared no matter the time or occasion. Z-Biotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Go to zbiotics.com/chatsports and use the code CHATSPORTS at checkout, or you can scan the QR code on screen right now. You guys are going to love it. That link is clickable in the comments and description of today's video. Another thing that I wasn't a fan of that Saquon Barkley did was he went on a podcast called the Money Matters Podcast on YouTube. It was a great episode. You should go check it out. But some of the things he said on the podcast really didn't sit all that well with me. He said this, quote, "My leverage is I could say F you to the Giants. I could say F you to my teammates and be like, you want me to show you my worth? You want me to show you how valuable I am to the team? I won't show up. I won't play it down." And that's a play I could use. Anybody who knows me knows that's not something I want to do. Is it something that's crossed my mind? I never thought I would ever do that. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, Jesus, I might have to take it to this level. Am I prepared to take it to this level? I don't know. That's something I have to sit down and talk to my family, talk to my team of advisors, and strategize about this. That first quote where he pretty much said, I could say F you to the Giants, and I could say F you to my teammates. Giants fans are not happy about that. I've been on Twitter. I've been in the comments section. I've been reading things they're sending me. And Giants fans are not happy about the way Saquon Barkley is handling this situation. I also thought that this tweet that he liked yesterday was really interesting. So if you look at what this guy on Twitter tweeted, I'll read it for you right now. It comes from Copizzle. Shout out to him. He said, when Daniel Jones had his 5th-year option declined, he didn't run to a podcast and start crying. He put on his big boy pants, kept his mouth shut, and took the Giants to the playoffs. That's what real leaders do. I wonder why Saquon Barkley liked that tweet. This is going to get ugly. It ain't going to be pretty in the next couple of weeks for the Giants. I do not expect Saquon Barkley to show up to training camp. I do not expect Saquon Barkley to show up for the preseason. I don't expect Saquon Barkley to show up to the Giants practice facility in East Rutherford until you have that week where the preseason ends, then you have a bye week, and then you have the regular season starting. I believe the earliest Saquon Barkley will report is at that bye week in the middle of the last preseason game and the first regular season game. If it ain't going to be Barkley and getting the rock in the backfield for the Giants, it may be newly acquired running back James Robinson. It could be Matt Breida. It could be Eric Gray. But one of these guys is going to have to step up. If someone doesn't show up, if Saquon Barkley doesn't show up, someone's going to have to step up, whether it's Robinson, Breida, or Gray. Thing is, though, they're not 26. They're not the number 2 overall pick. They're not Saquon. They're not the best running back in the league. It's definitely going to be a tough loss for the Giants to overcome. So before we get to those trade destinations for Barkley, I want to ask you this question. A little over-under, a little game we got here on today's show. Half a game sat out by Saquon Barkley this year. Does he sit out more games? Does he sit out 0 games? I want to hear from you. If you think it's more than a half a game, which means you think it's at least going to be 1 game, type O for over. If you don't think he's going to sit out a game, type U for under. If he does sit out a game, it costs him about almost $600,000 per game if he does sign that franchise tag worth $10.09 million. All right, let's get into it. Saquon Barkley trade destinations. I do believe that the Giants, and will believe that the Giants will at least listen to Saquon Barkley trade offers at this point, right? If they don't think that they're going to franchise tag him next year, they don't want to work out a long-term deal for him, Maybe it's not now that they trade him, but the trade rumors are really going to heat up at the NFL trade deadline. I'm going to go out and on a record and say this right now. I'm only trading Barkley for a first-round pick. And I can't believe I'm having to freaking even say these words. I am only going to trade Saquon Barkley for a first-round pick. I would be really enticed by a second-round pick. It's going to be hard for me to say no, but I'm going to stand my ground, and I'm going to stand on only trading him for a first-round pick because he is a very important piece to this offense. I know running backs don't matter. I know we devalued running backs. I know the running back market sucks. I know all of that, but you can't replace this production for pretty much anybody in the NFL. 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4.4 yards per pop, another 57 grabs. I mean, the guy touched the ball 350 times for the Giants last year and almost had 1,700 total yards. He was also a factor in the playoffs for the Giants. I mean, in that first game against the Vikings, he was really freaking good. He got us going with that run off the left side where he bounced it out and he followed John Feliciano all the way to the end zone. What about that running back that touchdown he had at the goal line where he carried Dalvin Tomlinson, 350-pound former Giant Dalvin Tomlinson, for 2 yards into the end zone to give the Giants the lead in the fourth quarter? You can't replace this guy. So if I am going to have to replace him, it's going to have to be for a first-round pick. The top 3 destinations I see Barkley potentially wanting to go to or being traded to, number 1 is the Buffalo Bills. We have heard time and time again over the last 16 months that Saquon Barkley has been linked to the Buffalo Bills. He's a guy that I think the Bills would be interested in because when you talk about what do the Bills need, what is holding the Bills back from being a top team in the National Football League, it's the run game. You get into these late, cold months, they don't have any running back that they could just depend on. I do like the pickup of Damian Harris. I liked the draft pick of James Cook. Latavius Murray was cool 6 years ago, and Nyheim Hines is just another shifty running back. None of these guys are bell cows. None of these guys can change the tune of an offense. None of these guys can really just dominate a football game like Barkley. And the Bills, if they think they are a Saquon Barkley away from winning a Super Bowl, I could easily see Brandon Beane picking up the phone, calling up his own colleague and Joe Schoen and trying to work out a deal. And if Saquon Barkley, the player, isn't enough motivation for the Buffalo Bills, maybe it might be just so they can keep him away from the Kansas City Chiefs. Because I had the Kansas City Chiefs as the number 2 Saquon Barkley destination. Pretty much everything I just said about the Buffalo Bills can also be said about the Chiefs, except for Isaiah Pacheco is actually a decent running back. But he ain't no Saquon Barkley. He's a lot cheaper, no doubt about it, but he's not Barkley. And maybe the Chiefs want to keep Barkley away from the Bills. Maybe the Bills want to keep Barkley away from the Chiefs. So those are my top 2 teams. The third team I have on this list is not a contender. And it's a team that I don't think is going to be all that good next year. And that's the Chicago Bears, led by Justin Fields. The reason I think that they could be looking at the running back market is because they don't really have that many top-tier running backs. I like Khalil Herbert, good shifty back. He's someone that can definitely be a contributor in a backfield. Deontay Foreman, he was really good last year for the Panthers, acquired him in free agency. Roshan Johnson intrigued me in the draft process, and Travis Homer, he's RB4 for a reason. But the main reason, besides the fact that they could use a talent upgrade at the running back position, they are loaded with draft capital in 2024. They have 2 first-round picks in 2024. They have 2 fourth-round picks in 2024. They have 6 picks in the first 4 rounds in 2024. If Ryan Poles wants to give Justin Fields another weapon, that could be Saquon Barkley, and they can have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL. We talked about 3 places Barkley could be traded to. We showed you his stats. We showed you what he said about the team. I asked you at the top of the show, would you trade Barkley for a first-round pick? Maybe your mind's been changed. Maybe you want to double down. Let me know in the comments section. Would you move Barkley for a first-round pick? Type Y for yes, type N for no. If you guys want to continue the conversation about Barkley, the Giants, and the trade rumors, hit me up on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_, and we'll see you later. You're good. Rolly, would you trade Saquon? You're the Giants. You work in the front office. Joe Schoen asks you, Nicholas Roloff, would you trade Saquon Barkley for a second-round pick? Would you do it?
I thought you were going to ask me the first
I'm asking you
pick.
a tougher question now.
I was going to, if it was the first round pick, I'm 100%. Second round, gets a little bit more dicey. I think I would say no to a second round. First rounder, not even thinking about it. I'm sending it in, Marsh.
Yeah, so that was the question I was asking myself when I was getting the show ready today. I was scripted out the show, and I asked myself, would I trade Saquon Barkley for a second-round pick? It's a tough question, man, because I'm trying to have my brain do the work and not let my heart change my mindset on these trades, right? I'm trying to act with my head and not with my heart. My heart says no, I don't want to trade Barkley. I don't want to move him for a second-round pick. But my mind says, Marshall, he's a running back going into his 6th season. He's not on this team guaranteed any longer after this year unless you franchise tag him again. He's already threatening about sitting out games right now. It would be tough for me to turn down a second-round pick. It would be really tough for me to turn down a second-round pick. Bears offer me a second-round pick, I'd do it because that might be the 33rd pick in the draft.
I do appreciate your Bears hate. I don't know where this has come from. I don't know if it's just trolling our coworker. But the stuff you say about the Chicago Bears always cracks me up because it just comes out of left field and it's like the Bears suck and it's always makes me laugh.
Though. They do. Justin Fields blows, dude.
Oh.
He can run though. He's a good running back. No, you're not doing it for a second?
No, yeah. Sorry, I just figured something out there. Probably not. But maybe I would. I don't know. Who's calling? Let's be honest. Like, if it is the Bulls, Bills or Chiefs, probably not, because that's basically a third-round pick.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if it's the Bears offering me a second-round pick?
Let's say Bears call you day of the trade deadline. They are one game under 500. So trade deadline, I think, is week 8. Let's say that they're 3-5, 3-4. Let's say they're 3-4. Would you trade him for a second-round pick?
I think I'm saying yes.
I honestly think I might have to do that too.
Well, and I'm assuming that at that deadline, Saquon is yet to play a game.
Okay, yeah. If he hasn't played, then yeah, I'm shipping him out.
Or are you playing him, or you're saying he's playing. Here's my thing. I was like, why the Giants, if Saquon Barkley is playing football for the New York Giants, they are not trading him unless they suck.
What if they get the idea that he's just doesn't want to be here anymore?
But tell me, like, at the trade deadline, Giants are 5-2. They're not trading Saquon Barkley. They got a chance to do some damage in the postseason.
That's fair. You don't want to lose him for nothing, though.
Yeah.
That's wild. We were able to get the super chats working, though. That's cool.
I do have news. We have, for now, super chats are working. That's good news. Bad news.
Wow.
This is the only one that we currently have because all the ones prior to this one that did not come through will not come through. So, unfortunately, we'll have to verbalize Dat Boy Joe with a $5 super chat. He asked who has the best chance to be RB1 and RB2 if Saquon sits.
I think we answered that one.
I feel like we've answered that through that, first of all, that segment and just in general. Gavin Graber, with a $2 super chat. Giants are planning for the holdout, J-Rob.
Yes. This was an insurance play. They know Barkley's not coming to training camp. They know Barkley's not going to be in the building for preseason. They wanted to get another back in the building.
And then we have Dat Boy Joe with a $10 super chat, which I've just basically made me taking a sip of a Happy Dad.
Shout out to Dat Boy Joe.
He said, Matt Breida, RB1. We need Marshy's thoughts.
I don't like Matt Breida as my RB1. I honestly probably want James Robinson as my RB1. Like, let's say Barkley sits out, right? If I had 20 carries in a game, I would want 12 to go to James Robinson. I would want 5 to go to Breida. No, I want 12 to go to Robinson, and I would want 4 for Gray, 4 for Breida.
That's fair. Like, Matt Breida just is not someone that you're going to hand the ball off to and, like, try to say, go do some damage. You know what I mean? Like, that's not an RB1. And if that's the case, like, you're playing a dangerous game, right? But if you want a back that can help lead your team, if you think Saquon isn't going to play, how? Dalvin Cook, Zeke, like, let's get nuts. Like,
who's better, Zeke or James Robinson right now?
Give me J-Rob.
I think it's J-Rob might be better than Zeke.
Zeke had a really good, well, I know some people's mind, not so good of a quarterback, but an above-average quarterback in the NFL. He also had a very good offensive line and sucked. And you saw how a good running back, a.k.a. Tony Pollard, could do some damage in that offense. Zeke was relegated to goal line because he couldn't do jack shit.
Yeah.
Like, Zeke
I
stinks.
agree. I think Matt Breida is a better RB2 than RB1 compared to, like, James Robinson. I think James Robinson's your better lead back, but I think I'd rather have Matt Breida as my number 2 because he just offers that game-changing speed where he can get loose any second.
This is a good one from Brixie. Zeke did the feed me celebration too much. He got fat.
Yeah, he fell off fast. I mean, he did 7 years in the league, and then now he's potentially out of the league.
Crazy.
Wild.
We do have a $10 super chat from Ralph Canterbury. Love the Robinson signing. I'm watching with my 4-year-old Mason. We watch all the time. Can you give him a shout-out? We'll make my day. Keep up the good work. Shout-out Ralph. Shout-out Mason.
Shout-out Mason.
Also, I'll say this, Ralph. Mason, elite name. So good job picking a good name.
Is it an elite name?
I love the name Mason.
I love Mason. Mason's a good name.
I think it's a good name.
Shout-out to Mason. How about this? Everybody in the chat right now, type Mason. Let's show him some love. Let's let him feel the love from New York Giants Now Nation. Type Mason in the chat. Ralph, thank you for being a real one. Thank you for supporting the program. It means a lot to us here at Chat Sports. If all the real ones could step up and drop a Mason in the comments, we'd appreciate it.
Then we got YCXME.
You come.
That's how you read that?
That's what he told me.
Okay.
It is.
So you come. Okay. Said Eric Gray RB1, J-Rob RB2, Breida RB3. Thoughts?
I don't mind Eric Gray getting a lot of carries. Eric Gray rollies like that. It's every sport. Your team drafts a rookie. You don't know what they are. You just are excited to see what they could be.
Yeah.
You're holding out like the unknown is so appealing sometimes, right? It's like this. You have a first-round pick. You make the first-round pick. The pick is actually more valuable than the player because it's like a car. Once you draft it and you take it off the lot, it goes down in value a little bit. So I'm excited to see what Eric Gray is going to do. We appreciate it. Cam Johnson says Saquon for Kenneth Walker in a second. I think the Seahawks say no.
They would probably hang
Kenneth Walker's younger, and he's not better than Saquon. He's not as good as Saquon, but he's younger, cheaper, cost-controlled, and only going to cost you a second-round pick. Wild. We also got a $5 super chat from my man Bill. What up, Bill? Shout out to you, Bill. We're having some technical difficulties popping super chats up, so I'm sorry, Bill. But he said,
sorry about that, guys.
Tiki on RBs in his retirement 3 days ago. I put up 1,600 yards that year, and I was replaced very easily. Giants rushed for only 8 less yards the next year.
A lot of people, the reason why RBs don't get paid, man, a lot of people believe they're a product of their system, and very rarely are they the main contributors to the rushing attack of that team. I think there's only a couple exceptions in the league right now, like where the team actually values that running back above their system. Look at like Derrick Henry. But other than that, man, like teams just can ride with a third, fourth round back, and they think that they will have the same productivity.
Yeah. And the year after Tiki Barber left, the Giants won the Super Bowl. So I'm not saying that's the same thing, but I do think you should build a rushing attack based off of the running attack than a running back, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you could very well make the argument that your offensive line,
it's more
blocking
important.
schemes, like way more important than the actual running back. Obviously, it's going to be very helpful if you have a running back that has excellent vision and like can make those explosive cutbacks and take it 80 yards that Saquon can. But I think on average, you're more likely to ride with a back that just knows how to find the one gap that is schemed up and gets 4 or 5 yards.
You want to have a running game that's not reliant on the running back. Is kind of what I was trying to say, right? Like you want guys that are going to make holes. You're going to scheme. Like the 49ers.
Right.
They were good with Elijah Mitchell. They were good with all of those terrible running backs they've had. Then you throw in McCaffrey and it goes to another level. Gavin, you're right. Earth, Wind, Fire, three-headed monster for the Giants back in the day. That team was a lot of fun. We did get a $10 super chat.
Get a couple from Dat Boy Joe and Ralph.
Dat Boy Joe and Ralph Canterbury. Shout out to Mason. Got two $10 super chats. We're going to spin the wheel. Every $10 super chat, we'll spin this wheel.
This one's for Dat Boy Joe.
Dat Boy
and
Joe!
He will be getting a hard hat sticker.
My man Dat Boy Joe's going on the hard hat.
Gotta love that. Attaboy gets it on a $10 discount. Shout out to Dat Boy Joe. Fire me up.
Fire me up, kid.
Brixie says Barkley for Nathan Peter.
No.
Probably just going to have to, unfortunately, decline. Asia, I said hi earlier, but hi again.
He did. He said hi. Shout out to Dat Boy Joe going on the hard hat. Shout out to that. That's electric.
Love that. Dat Boy Joe. Love that for you.
Ralph, I'm glad we could do that for you, man. Awesome. Shout out to Mason. Nothing like being a young Giants fan. Nothing like it.
And then because of Ralph's $10 super chat as well,
we got some shots.
He is getting a couple shots out of the kids.
I'm going to go Dat Boy Joe right front and center.
Salty Mike says in the comment section, I don't think Barkley will play hard this year. And I'll tell you why I think different. And
shout out to the hard hat.
Marsh can give his thoughts too, but here's my thing. If you did not get paid and you're upset about that, the way to not go about that is to not play hard and have little production, because if you do that, when you are up for payment again next offseason, you won't get paid because you didn't try and you didn't have a good year. So if Barkley's playing, he is giving 100% effort no matter what, because he's trying to set up himself to get paid the following offseason. At least that's my take on it.
Yeah, and like I thought you hit it on the head. Like if he doesn't play hard, he's probably not going to produce. And if he's not going to produce, he's going to lose out on a lot of money the following season, right? Like what team is going to pay Saquon Barkley in free agency next year a lot of money if he doesn't have a good year this year? This is a huge year for Barkley still. Really. Pop up that do we got that Lev Bell piece in here?
Yeah, you know what? I told you it was going to come in handy eventually.
So the last running back to sit out a season, as we know, is Le'Veon Bell of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But Rolly, remember, he played on the franchise tag in 2017. So like he sat out when he was franchise tagged a second time. He played on the franchise tag, and he was really good, and he did it in only 15 games. Gave you 1,300 yards on the ground and another 650 yards through the air. The guy gave you 1,900 yards and 11 total touchdowns on the franchise tag. On the franchise tag. So, but what's wild is after he sat out in 2018, he never even got close to the running back he was in 2017. And the next 34 games of his career had less rushing yards than he did in that 2017 season. Had less receiving yards and less rushing touchdowns. So, Rolly, I hope that someone sends this graphic to Saquon Barkley, and he understands that it's not going to go good if you sit out. Like, you're not going to get back to that level. You're going to miss out on money, and Le'Veon Bell has said it time and time again. He regrets leaving the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And Le'Veon Bell was my favorite running back to watch in that timetable, and it just kind of really stunk that his career got derailed by doing that. He went to the Jets, and he stunk it up.
Wild. We are in a super chat battle, ladies and gentlemen, with the Las Vegas Raiders report to the studio to my right, and they just took the lead. The Las Vegas Raiders report has taken the lead against New York Giants now by Chat Sports. We're down. We're not out, though, Rolly.
No, I wouldn't say we're out, and we're fighting uphill today the entire way. I mean, We're trying to get shadow banned by YouTube right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jeremy Chuggs in the Raiders report had something to do with it.
Yeah, definitely would be. Not an elite day for Super Chats to not show up on screen, but it is what it is. That's my guy Chase Sr. coming in the building. What's up, Brody?
I'm ready to gun to beat the Raiders.
I'm ready to
super chat that gets us above the Raiders. I'm ready to gun it.
And if we can get a super chat that gets us above 124, we're going to shotgun. Me and Chase Sr. Let's do it. In. Shotguns, if we can get ahead of 124. A duo. A little double barrel shotgun, if you will. If you will.
Didn't know what you were going to go with that. It made me a little nervous.
I don't know where it could have went where it was bad, to be honest.
There was a way.
Was it after double or what?
Yeah, I would say so. We did get a $2 super chat from Lumbagus, and once again, sorry guys that our software's having so many issues today.
What happens if you go to like the comments and you take out the filter?
This is exactly what it says, right? Network error, unable to get comments.
Oh my god.
And there are times where they will come back for one, and then they will go away again forever.
That's ridiculous.
But Lumbagus did send $2 super chat. Rather put money in elite O-line than an elite running back. Absolutely.
I agree. You don't want your running game to be running back dependent. You know what I'm saying?
No, exactly. Because that means you're not building a good football team.
Yeah.
You're building elite position players, if that makes sense. I don't know. I might have not conveyed that. But correct
gets us above. All right there. That's good enough for me. Let's ride. Yeah, let's do it. Back-to-back $20 super chats. We have surpassed where the Raiders were just a second ago. I am
like
too. It's
that.
Friday.
Friday afternoon. I mean,
Are we going out after work? What's the deal? Let's do it. I'm in.
I'm ready to hit the links tomorrow, Chase.
I was actually in my bag last night watching that golf documentary on Netflix.
Really?
Dude, who was the golfer that came back in dramatic fashion in the first episode in that major?
JT? Yeah.
Yeah,
Thomas.
he was acting like a little peacat.
Yeah.
I think it was on Saturday, moving day, as they call it.
I don't like Justin Thomas.
But he crushed it on Sunday.
Yeah, he did.
He crushed it. Shout out to Corinne. Shout out to Gavin. Unfortunately, somehow, we're not allowed to put the super chats on screen, which I'm very upset about.
Yeah, live stream studio is having a tough day.
Corinne says, F the Raiders. Deal. F the Raiders. And then Gavin says, down the hatch. Cheers, brother. Shout out to you.
Oh, some spillage. I'll tell you what. That was quick. Which one can you do quicker, Marshall? Do you do the little tool, or can you do a shot fun quicker?
I think
That's incredible.
The keyhole's easier because I can make it bigger, and that's like a limited hole.
This is definitely smoother,
It's
though.
smoother.
Because I did.
The circular motion.
Yes. The other day, I put this in there, pause, and it cracked weird, so I had to just do it with my finger to make it bigger. I do it old-fashioned. That hurts. It hits a little different. It hits a little different. Shout out to Chase Sr.
Shout out,
We're at
Chase.
137 in soups. If we get to 150, I'm doing another. If we get to 150, I'm doing another. Woo! Gavin says, I remember my first beer. maybe the best diss of all time in a movie. I will tell you this much. They are getting loud in the Las Vegas Raiders report studio.
This is
wow, I didn't see this update.
This is a guesstimate. It might be more.
Wow. All righty.
We need to put up the bat signal.
I might put it out right now. Let me send him a text.
You guys turn those vertical gravity boys gravity? Am I missing a reference here?
I think he means the can.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either, to be honest with you. I think that's what it means. All righty. We have another segment.
You want to get into that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got another segment.
I don't know what Mitch did to this beer, but I'm watching, and it is not registering on the camera, and it looks like he was holding nothing.
Oh, like a green beer maybe?
It's not green, though, because now Chugs has it. It's like it's in front of the body. It looks like a normal beer boot, but when he was holding it out in front of the green screen, there was nothing there.
Oh, excuse me. All righty. We've got training camp battles that I want to talk about. Training camp is just a couple of days away for the New York Giants. That ain't it. Scaper says Miles Sanders is absolute garbage. I wouldn't say Sanders is garbage. He's not elite, though. He ain't Saquon Barkley. He ain't Saquon. I think it's just in logo. He's solid. He's solid, Scraper. He's solid, Scaper. Keeps in. Gavin, we did it. We did it right. I promise you we did the shotgun right. Are you saying I didn't turn it like vertical enough? We got another can right here. We're $13 away from another one. I mean, someone sends in a $13 super chat, I'll do another one.
That's frisky.
That's a deal.
Marshall is handing out the deals of the decade.
That's a deal right there. It's Friday. It's happy hour. Yeah, so you go right here. Do I need to turn it more vertical is what he's saying?
I was so confused on what you mean by that.
I'm going to put the hole in here, and then I'm going to go.
You're sucking out the hole?
Yeah, pause. Sucking on the teat a little bit. All righty. If we can get to $150 by the time we're done talking about position battles, I'm going to do another beer shot fun. And I'd like to catch the Las Vegas Raiders report. All hands on deck, probably going to be needed. But it's already been an epic show today. So shout out to you guys. But let's get into it. Training camp battles. We are what? Is there a date in this show of when training camp starts? Cool. All right, let's do it. Training camp battles. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. In today's video, we're going to break down some training camp battles that I think all Giants fans should look forward to as training camp is almost already underway. I mean, it was a couple of days ago that the rookies reported to East Rutherford. The veterans will report on July 25th. And then just one day later, the first practice of training camp is going to get going underway. It is July 21st as we film this video. We are 5 days away from the first practice of training camp rolling around. And I want to do a lot of training camp content on this channel. I just love talking actual football. If you want us to do daily training camp updates, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon right now. The first position battle that I'm going to have my eyes very close to and I'm going to be monitoring is the inside linebacker number 2 position. As we know, Jared Davis is not going to be able to play this season. He has gone on the IR. He has a torn ACL. He will not play. So you're going to have a competition between a couple of guys that don't really have many NFL reps under their belt. Micah McFadden, He's probably the leader in that clubhouse. He had 59 tackles in his rookie year, 6 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. Bobby Okereke, the free agent acquisition for the Giants at the linebacker spot, was really complimentary of how McFadden has looked so far this offseason. Carter Coughlin, more of a special teamer, as is Cam Brown. So the guy Micah McFadden is going to have to compete with is Darian Beavers, the 6th-round selection out of Cincinnati back in the 2022 NFL Draft. He looked really good in camp last year. He looked really good in the preseason before he had that torn ACL. So I believe it's going to come down to Darian Beavers versus Micah McFadden as to who is going to rise to the occasion and be that number 2 inside linebacker on this roster and for Wink Martindale next to Bobby Okereke. I'll ask you, though, pick one of these guys to start. With Davis out and a hole needed to be filled, who's going to do it? Will it be McFadden? Will it be Beavers? Type MF or DB for the guy you're rocking with. The second position battle that I'm going to be looking for is the strong safety position. I believe the Giants have a really good safety, and I know they have a really good safety in Xavier McKinney. I really like what he's done in his NFL career outside of hurting his hand in vacation on the bye week in Mexico. But the strong safety position is currently up in the air, right? Dane Belton was really good as a rookie. I think with more reps, he could be the starting safety. Gervarius Owens has looked really good in training camp. In mini camp, rookie camp as well. He's maybe a sneaky play to be the starter. And then he signed Bobby McCain in NFL free agency to kind of be that Julian Love replacement, because Bobby McCain can really do it all. He's played corner. He's played slot corner. He's played deep safety. He's played free safety. He's been able to do a couple of different things in the NFL that makes him extremely versatile. He's a guy that can play all over the football field, and he's someone that I think is going to bring some leadership and some veteranism to this football team. Last year, he had 76 tackles, 5 passes defended, 3 tackles for loss, and 69.5 coverage grade from PFF. But I thought what was really appealing for McCain and why Wink Martindale was a fan of his, as he spent the last 2 seasons with the Washington Commanders, you can see that he lines up all over the field. In 2022, he lined up deep 36% of the time, in the box 21% of the time, and was primarily a nickel corner. But in the prior year, in 2021, the percentage of plays that he lined up in the deep part of the field was 78. The box where he lined up was 12, and the nickel it's 10, which was similar. I would say 2021 and 2020 was similar, but he completely changed his role in the 2022 season. I'm going to keep my eyes, though, on the 7th-round draft pick, Gervarius Owens, out of the University of Houston. 74 tackles for the Cougs last year, 1 tackle for loss, 1 interception, 8 pass breakups. He definitely has some special teams ability in his bag, but he's definitely a guy that's got to get more polished, I would say, as a player. But he has a lot of potential, and I would not be surprised if he is a starter at the end of the season. Who do you think is going to be the starting safety, though, next to Xavier McKinney? You think it's going to be Dane Belton, type D? I think it's going to be Jason Pinnock, who filled in for McKinney when he hurt his hand, type J. If you're rolling with Bobby McCain, the newcomer, type M. Or if you think Gervarius Owens, the rook, could be the guy, I want you to type O in the comment section. The other position battle that I'm going to be watching in training camp is the slot corner position. That was an area where the Giants really struggled last year. They had a whole bunch of people play that position. And right now, I believe training camp rolls around. Darnay Holmes will probably roll in as the starter, but that job is written in pencil with a huge eraser on it because it is not written in pen. Cordell Flott is going to compete in that position. Aaron Robinson is going to compete for that position. Nick McLeod is going to compete for that position. Holmes, albeit has been decent since he's entered the NFL after coming out of UCLA, he's a guy that I think is replaceable. He just gets flagged too often. Too many holding penalties. Can't really cover quicker and faster guys, and he struggles against bigger guys. I would not be shocked if he loses that starting role to maybe a guy like Cordell Flott, who had a really big play in the playoff games against the Minnesota Vikings. You could say that was the game-saving play. If you remember, it was KJ Osborne on 3rd and long prior to the dump down to T.J. Hawkinson where he was stopped by Xavier McKinney that Cordell Flott came up with that big pass breakup. Another guy that I'm looking at, though, is Aaron Robinson. Remember, he played really well for the Giants back in the 2021-22 season, came back in the 2023 season, and he struggled a little bit early on and then ran into some injuries. But I'm not counting him out of this competition whatsoever. It's going to be a fun one to watch as camp unfolds. The next position I'm going to be watching for is the left guard position. Left tackle is going to be Andrew Thomas. Your center is going to be John Michael Schmitz. Your right guard is going to be Mark Lewinsky. Your right tackle will be Evan Neal. But it's going to come down to Ben Bredeson and the top 70 pick out of North Carolina from the 2022 draft and Josh Ezeudu. Ezeudu is a good player, no doubt about it, but he definitely struggled a little bit as a rookie. But since he was a top 70 selection in the draft, I want to see him get this job. You don't want those guys picked inside the top 100 to be starting for your football team. But Ben Bredeson is probably the better player right now. He's still young, not as young as Ezeudu, but he's someone that can continue to get better, and he started before and played at a higher clip, according to PFF last year. Who do you think should be the starter, though? I want to hear from you. Type BB for Ben Bredeson. Type JE for Joshua Ezeudu. Let me know what you think down below. The last position group I'm watching for is not who's going to be wide receiver 1, not who's going to be the slot receiver. What 6 wide receivers are going to make the team for the New York Giants? With the Giants going out and adding Cole Beasley in NFL free agency, this loaded room gets even more loaded. Isaiah Hodgins, Sterling Shepard, Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton, Paris Campbell, Jalen Hyatt, Jamison Crowder, Cole Beasley, Colin Johnson, Bryce Ford-Wheaton, David Sills, Jeff Smith. This Giants wide receiver room is packed, no doubt about it. And I don't know if the Giants are going to sign 6 players. I don't know if keep 6 wide receivers. If the Giants are going to keep 7 wide receivers. If I had to bet, I would say the Giants probably keep 6, but would not be shocked if they kept 7. Something that they're going to have to think about going into the season is, will Wan'Dale Robinson and will Sterling Shepard be ready to go week 1? And if they're not, they're going to start the season on the PUP list. If they do start the season on the PUP list, I can see the Giants keeping 7 wide receivers, that being Hodgins, Hyatt, Campbell, Crowder, Beasley, Slayton, and Colin Johnson. But let's say Shepard and Wan'Dale Robinson are healthy. They're ready to go week 1. I believe this will be the 6 receivers they keep and potentially keeping a 7th. But I think 6 is probably the sweeter spot with Hodgins, Robinson, Campbell, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, and Jalen Hyatt. This wide receiver room is packed. It is going to be awesome competition for the New York Giants. That's what they needed. Joe Schoen saw a weakness last year. He knows this team struggled and got banged up, and they were razor thin. That's why they had to sign Marcus Johnson and Isaiah Hodgins. Thankfully, Hodgins is a really good player. But the Giants, they're going to have a lot of competition, and competition brings out the dog in some of these players. So what 6 wide receivers do you think are going to make the roster for the New York Giants? I want to hear from you guys. Let me know. Put on your GM hat and predict it. What 6 wide receivers make the roster? As always, just want to say thank you guys, and I appreciate you for tuning in to New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. Love getting to do this show every single day because we got the best damn fans in the world. If you want to talk more ball, hit me up on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. Yo, I saw my man Rob Rod came into the chat. Hopefully he didn't leave. We were in a segment. I didn't want to pop up out of there. He said, where are the Raiders fans? The Raiders fans are in the studio next to us, Rob.
Yeah, they're partying, having a good time.
They're getting rowdy. They're getting rowdy, Rolly.
Yeah, I have an updated number, unfortunately, for us. It is, as Chris Blades sent in a nice little $2 super chat, saying, Marshy MRS Blades enjoyed your shot.
Chris Blades, Miss Blades, we appreciate you. Thank you for super chatting, supporting the program. You guys are awesome. We appreciate it. Always showing love here on the channel. Is that the updated number for the Raiders report?
So I'll say this.
For the Raiders report?
Yes.
That's updated.
That is updated. So it is doable.
We are in striking distance.
We are in striking distance. Nobody's throwing their A game. This is like a C game. I'm just kidding.
We're not doing our best, but this is our second live show of the week.
Right.
It is what it is. But I'm going to say we're down right now, but we're not out.
Correct.
But we're not out. As Robert Rodriguez, the GOAT of Chat Sports,
Incognito.
says incognito.
That's
I'm
fine.
scared. I'm scared for what that could mean.
Rob Rod and I have never met each other.
You've never met? Yes, you have.
When?
The NFL draft. Didn't you do Giant stuff?
I didn't do any Giant stuff. And he was never in any of those Monday live streams.
Rob, meet Rolly. Rolly, meet Rob Rodriguez.
Nice to meet you, Rob Rod. I'm someone who used to be involved a lot with Giants, and then I got replaced by the Ginger Assassin. And I'm back for the day.
Wild. We do owe a couple of spins.
Okay, I don't want to like poke the bear of like Rob Rod. Like I don't know how it works. I sent back 137, which is our number, to Jeremy Chuggs.
139.
139.
139.
And
Chris Blades.
And he sent me laughing emojis.
So the Raiders report is laughing at us.
He said, "Damn, no Rob Rod question mark." That's laughing emojis and said, "Damn, no Rob Rod." Word for word.
Wow. Those dudes can't win a super chat battle against us. And now that they have any glimmer of hope, they get cocky. That's ridiculous. Rob Rad says, I think we're going to lose this one.
Can't go undefeated.
You can't go undefeated. You can't go undefeated. You never know. Rob Rod's always got a couple of tricks up his sleeve. He's a jokester. He's a trickster. And I believe that if he is able, he is going to come through, as he always does. But he's already done more than plenty enough. That's for sure. That's for sure. I'll tell you this much. My stomach's in shambles for some reason.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The stomach's in shambles.
Oh, no.
As Chris Blades comes back again with a $2 super chat, says, cut trade Barkley for a true superstar wide receiver 1 next year. Trade Barkley for a superstar wide receiver 1? I don't think anyone would trade a wide receiver 1 for Barkley.
Yeah. Well, cutting Barkley for a true superstar wide receiver 1 really wouldn't do anything, right? Like, it would have to be through a trade, and I don't really think anyone is trading a wide receiver for a running back unless your name is Bill O'Brien, who is stupid. Like, that's got to go down as one of the worst trades of all time, sending DeAndre Hopkins to the Cardinals for David Johnson and picks. What are we doing?
Ridiculous. I don't think that
Back to back, cooking with gas.
What wide receiver could you get for Barkley?
Ugh.
What team is trading a wide receiver for Barkley?
The Giants fans might not like this, but
Nobody.
It might be a wide receiver like 3.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is willing to trade a number 1 wide receiver for Barkley. I don't believe that.
Especially with Barkley being 26, 27. Like, I know that's not old, but in NFL running back terms, the fall off could be coming within the next 2 or 3 years. Like, think about it. Zeke. I mean, I can't believe how far he's fallen off. He hasn't even hit 30 yet. So.
Wild. Chris, we appreciate the super chat, my man. As Shay Saucy. What up, Shay Saucy? My dog. What up, man? He said, Marsh, what up? Just trying to show love real quick before Rob shuts it down. LOL. Oh, I love how, like, and then Rob in the chat says, just don't franchise tag me. Rob, you're getting the max contract and then some.
Yeah, we're
You know how
overpaying.
LeBron has a lifetime deal with Nike?
Is that Rob Rod with Giants now?
Chat Sports. Rob Rod has a lifetime max deal with Chat Sports.
Rob Rod, I do have a question for you. Which team do you like better?
That's a good question.
Giants or Knicks?
That's a good question. I've actually never asked him that. I'm curious.
Giants or Knicks? Good question.
Shit. We've got a deal offer in the chat. Eric Cruz says, come on, Rob Rod. Put 100. I'll put 100.
Well, no baiting. So
Eric Cruz, if you bait Rob Rod and you don't hold up your end of the bargain, we got to I believe Eric Cruz is going to do it, though.
I have faith in Eric Cruz, but if he didn't, I think we might have to call Lotteray for the ban him.
Yeah, no dono baiting. But I know Rob Rod and Eric Cruz are real ones. That's Eric Cruz's offer to Rob Rod. If he sends in 100, he's going to match it with 100. And if we get 200, Rolly, we're going to be close to the Raiders report.
Right back in it?
We're right back in it. We're right back in it.
Chris Blades also sent this $2 super chat, Marsh. Said Barkley and a second-round pick for T. Higgins.
I don't hate that, but I don't think the Bengals do it.
I think they might.
Really?
And the reason...
They already had, who's their running back? I'm blanking on his name. Mixon. He already took somewhat of a pay cut.
And
he's on the last year of his deal.
He's close to being out the door.
Yes.
So if they want to replace with a running back, getting fresh legs in there next to Burrow, Jamar Chase, and they don't want to give a big contract to T. Higgins.
Eric Cruz! He challenged Rob Rod.
You better answer the call.
And Rob Rod steps up to the plate. Boom! And knocks it out of the park. Now we're all waiting for Eric Cruz.
Rob Rodriguez, the GOAT.
Rob Rodriguez. Bah! He's here. He's there. He's every fucking Rob Rod. He's here. He's there. He's every fucking where. Rob Rod. Shout out to Rob Rodriguez.
Rob Rod for president.
Honestly, Rob Rod 2024.
I'm in.
Rob Rod 2024. Let's go. I'm going to be honest, Rolly. I believe Eric Cruz is going to match it. Oh! He did it! He did it! Eric Cruz says, if you can do it, I can do it. Rob Rodriguez gets us on the board. And Eric Cruz coming in with a $100 super chat. Bang! Is that new? That's today new. Okay, I was going to say that's the first time I ever send it. Rob Rodriguez coming back with an offer for Eric Cruz.
No, this was for someone else, I think.
No.
Maine Dwayne says, if you... Hold on, what is it? Let me try to find the exact comment. Yeah, Maine Dwayne says, if someone sends $200, I will not match it.
Okay.
And then Eric Cruz says, if you send in 200, I'll match. Maybe that is a challenge for Eric Cruz, which, of course, after getting some good juices and getting to put them on screen, we are back to not good.
Wow. So, unfortunately, wow, my voice just cracked bad. That's embarrassing.
I got it.
Rob Rodriguez comes in, $100 super chat, and then Eric Cruz comes in with a $100 super chat. We're cutting the lead. We're cutting the lead against the Raiders report. We're cutting the lead. I'm going to do this beer shotgun. I'm going to do this, see where we're at after this. Rob Rodriguez! Bang! A $200 super chat. Rob Rodriguez. Bang! We are not worthy.
We are not worthy.
We are not worthy. Rob Rodriguez, the GOAT, said, I heard it's a super chat battle. Let me end this.
So I'll have to get into the numbers here to see where we're
where
at.
are we stacking up?
I will.
They were at 4-something. We're up to 553.
So I do want to show love to Eric Cruz, who sent in a $100 super chat. We weren't able to pull it up like Rob Rodriguez because our software is kind of struggling today.
We're at 553. What is Raiders at?
I got it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We're right there, though. We are right there, Giants fans.
Rob Rod comes in clutch again, and
Wait, the deadline is 6 p.m. Eastern, right? Double check with them.
Yes, it is.
Okay. We
It
have
is.
29 minutes left on the deadline. You want to put a clock up?
Yeah.
Super chat battle clock? We're right there, ladies and gentlemen. Rob Rodriguez, the go to chat sports, though.
So
seriously.
I will be making L3s now. for you
L3s?
guys.
I like that.
That is just the
Thank you, Rolly.
best next thing for us.
I'm going to knock down this beer shotgun real quick.
Yeah, I can do one as well.
What all I know is, Rolly, we are right there against the Raiders report.
Do you have a Happy Dad out here that isn't cold?
No.
Not very fun for me.
So after Rob Rod's 200, Rolly, I'm getting words. Rob Rod sent in the 200. That gave us the lead. And then someone sent in 100.
Is that the case?
That's guaranteed. Could you bring in like 3 or 4 Happy Dads into here? Thanks, boss. As you come, sends in a $2 super chat to get us to 555. We are, Rolly, we are 15 away.
15 away, baby.
We're $15 away from catching the Raiders report again. Rob Rodriguez says, I am broke. Rob Rodriguez just put his last $200 to his name.
Ice cold, Trace?
Let's heat them up a little bit. The last 3, yeah. Keep these in here.
The entire.
That's the last
No
3 we
mas?
got. Wow. That's all we got.
No mas.
Rob Rod, all the Giants fans out there, this one's for you. Huh? Giants ones, yeah.
Where are you going, man? Oh. Emergency. Oh, okay. I didn't know what Marsh was doing. For some reason, I thought something went terribly wrong. But everything is just fine. So when Marsh gets back on screen, we're going to have a little surprise for you guys, and specifically Double R, the GOAT of Chat Sports, the GOAT of Giants now, the GOAT of Knicks now, as Corinne! With a 50 bomb to put Giants now into the lead!
New leader, Double R in the building. Shout out to Corinne, a $50 super chat. Hey, here we go, Giants. Here we go. Here we go, Giants. Here we go. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Let's go, Giants. Let's go. As Corinne comes in with a $50 super chat and says, let's go, Giants. Corinne, a legend on New York Giants Now. Never misses an episode. Never misses a live stream. Never misses a game day watch party. Every single week, Corinne is here. Corinne, we see you. We love you. And thank you, Corinne. Thank you.
Oh, as we're getting
Every first time super chatter today, I'm taking a shot at tequila. As Eric Simpson comes in with a $20 super chat and says, just enough to take the lead. Eric Simpson, my man. First time super chatter for Eric. Eric, you will never forget what it feels like right now after you just super chatted for the first time.
Oh, it feels so
Everyone's first time is memorable. Yours today is extremely memorable.
good. Oh, it feels so good.
Can you solidify that we have a 6 p.m. Eastern hard deadline?
Yes.
6 p.m.
But shout out to Wrath as well.
Shout out to Wrath, says Giants baby, coming in with a $20 super chat. We're up to $645 in super chats. Both of y'all just came in with super chats. First time super chats on this channel. Wrath, Eric Simpson. You may never feel this wet again in your life. Shout out to you guys.
Whoa. Some shenanigans going on.
Whoa!
Chugs goes 5:15.
Wow. So they want to extend the deadline. The Raiders report is losing, and now they're trying to bend the rules. Of course they are. Those
Classic
shady
Raiders.
POSs from the West Coast.
Classic
Raiders. Classic BS. They start losing, and they got to frickin' change the rules. It's a joke.
Disgusting.
It's embarrassing to this company. It's embarrassing.
Disgusting.
I love the way you say that. Shout out to Wrath. Shout out to Eric Simpson. Shout out to Corinne. Shout out to Rob Rod. Shout out to Eric Cruz. You guys are freaking awesome. Chase Saucy, Gavin, you guys are the best. Also, if you don't know who Double R is, it's Rob Rodriguez. He sent in a $500 Venmo, and every $500 Venmo we get, you could send it to me at @MarshallGreen_. We will get you a jersey with whatever number, whatever name you want on the back, and we're going to wear it on the show. I'm getting a call from my brother. I'm going to answer this real quick. Hello? Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, we're live on the channel because we signed two great players today, and Cole Beasley and James Robinson.
What's going on today?
Yeah, you know, late in June, you do what you got to do, right? All righty. We'll tune in live. I'll call you later on the way home. Later, brother. Jeez, the family. Brother's off at work at 4:30 calling me. My parents off at work calling me at 1 p.m. on a Monday. Some BS. But I wouldn't rather be anywhere else than here with all of the real ones at New York Giants Now. Wow, where'd you get that? That one. Oh, it's one. Gotcha. Rolly is going to knock down a beer bong. Shout out to everybody. Go. Roll off. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Nick, roll off.
I had to quick trigger that one.
I'm not going to lie. That was impressive.
It started spilling, and I was like, oh, okay, start chugging.
He got it done. So did we get any word on the official time of the Super Chat battle?
So I walked by Chuck. Okay. So Marshall's going to go get some official confirmation. But I'll say this right now. I walked by their studio in order to go get the beer bong that I just did for you guys, right? And I look at Chugs, and he gives me this bullshit grin where he knows he's stealing from Giants fans and Giants Now. And I just gave him the Dikembe Mutombo finger wag. Your mom should be disappointed. And it is disgusting behavior that the Raiders report is putting on. The Giants Now faithful come out, take the lead by about $80 in super chats behind our fearless leader, Robert Rodriguez. And then the Raiders report is trying to bean boozle and lead astray Giants fans. If you know, you know. Bean boozled. Led astray.
Honestly, this is BS from the Raiders. They're so much better than this. Bill, welcome back in the channel. My man Bill, a GOAT here at Chat Sports. GOAT here at Giants Now. GOAT here at Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm going to, I haven't worn this helmet in a long time. I want to put it on. I want to put the helmet on. If we get a $50 super chat, I'm wearing the hard hat for the rest of the show.
I love that.
You guys know, Rolly knows, I only wore this on game days.
You did, yeah.
I only wear this on game days, but today feels like a battle.
It is a battle.
Today's a battle. Today's a day where you got to put your freaking feet in the trenches and go to work.
So did you get confirmation, by the way?
I think they were still in a cut.
Okay.
So I'm not 100% sure. But once you get word from Chugs, we'll roll with whatever he says because they're going to cry and moan and all about that one. $50 super chat, though. I'm wearing the hard hat for the rest of the show. Hard hat for the rest of the show. As we got about, if we're sticking to the deadline, we got about less than 18 minutes. About 18 minutes to go. Avion in the chat says what's up. Alex in the chat says what's up. Nicholas says trade Barkley for Diggs. Marsh, what do you think? I think that the Bills would say no. Maine Dwayne says F Chugs. I'm with that. F Chugs. Chugs is a scrub. Avion says, do you think the Giants can still get Deion Jones? I do. Remember the Giants worked out Deion Jones prior to the NFL draft. I'm sure they did some medical on him. But I will say if they don't sign him, probably means the medical didn't come back right. So that's my take on that. Chris Blade says, F the Raiders, thanks for Waller. They hate
Darren Waller.
Oh, because they traded him. They used to love Darren Waller. Now it's a bunch of BS.
Oh, ready for this? I caught Chugs red-handed.
Oh, my God. Are they being slippery?
And he probably... Oh, what is this? This is ridiculous. They changed the rules. I said, what's the official word here? Raiders cheating again, ? And he goes, 100%. First one to 1,000 wins.
I don't know if I like that.
Scumbag.
I don't know if I like that. I don't like that. I don't think we should accept the terms of those deals.
I'm going to say we don't
agree.
accept.
We don't accept.
5 p.m. deadline, period.
Yes.
And I'm typing out period.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
We're negotiating right now. Like, if you take it over, let's say in the NFL. I don't know who the assistant GM is for the Giants, but I am the guy talking to, let's say, the Jets, and he's Schoen. How do you say his name?
Shane.
I was right. Had a second time.
It's a weird name.
They said we decline.
So, final offer, $515.
Final offer.
$515 was something that they already offered too. Let them know they already offered that too.
Final offer, $515. If they say no, I'm saying you already offered.
Yeah, that was your doing.
Yeah.
They're nervous. They are so nervous.
Said deal. I think we got baited.
$515.
I think we got baited. I think we got negotiated.
All right, that's fair.
Deal.
That's fair. Okay, so
I sent back deal.
It's official. The updated time for the Super Chat battle is 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Maine Dwayne said, who's the commissioner over there making the chat sports rules?
It's BS. It's clearly a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
It's clearly a Raiders fan.
I think they knew they were going to lose the battle to 5 o'clock all along.
Yes.
So then they threw out this outlandish first to 1,000 wins, knowing that there's no way we would accept that. So then we counter with trying to be nice to them, saying 515, which is what they wanted all along. Scumbag behavior by the Raider fans over there. Scumbag. Rob Rodriguez goes, I'm not down for the shady business, or I'll have to make a trip to Dallas to deal with a Raider fan myself.
Yes, you will, because I'm getting pissed the hell off right now. I'm getting pissed off about this, Rob. It's a joke. I don't even have words to explain how disappointed I am in the system. It's the system that I have a problem with.
Hey!
As Ralph Canterbury comes in with a $10 super chat to extend the lead to $6.55. Canterbury, thank you. Shout out to Mason once again if you're still watching, Mason. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Rolly,
Yes.
we may be up right now. This lead is not safe.
No, because that freaking dude that goes by the name of David Zahn is probably going to come out of nowhere.
All it takes is a $100 super chat from them, and they're back in it.
Yeah?
We are not safe right here. As John Scheffler is in the building.
What's up,
Sheffy.
Scheffler?
John Sheffy.
Come over to our squad. Come over to the Giants squad.
Scheffler, you know you love me. You know I love you, John Scheffler. Help the cause, bro. He doesn't want us to beat the Raiders, which is okay because he is a great fan, but he's also a Chat Sports real one. Shout out to John Scheffler, a GOAT here at Chat Sports.
Ryan Petrich goes, I'm over there trolling Raiders fans.
Love that.
Let's
love
go.
that.
Love
that.
Love that. Absolutely love it.
I will say, though, just like we have some big-time super chatters, Rolly, they have big-time super chatters and then some. I think when the deadline gets to about 1 minute or so,
be a flurry.
You need to, if you really want us to win, even if we're winning at 1 minute, you have to extend the lead because
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not safe.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If someone on their side is sending a big one at the deadline.
This is hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
If the Giants Now channel leads by about 200, I would not be surprised if Zahn sent in 300 with 1 second to go. They at least just got another 100.
Well, the Raiders report. A $50 super chat from Trey Green. What a last name. What a last name. Trey Green. It's almost like I was putting on freaking answering the phone for that. He says, put the damn hard hat on. Hard hat's on for the remainder of the show. It feels good to wear this freaking hat again. I'll tell you that much. We had a lot of wins in this hat. Shout out to Trey, my brother, tuning into the show, showing love, helping Giants fans and Giants Now take down the Las Vegas Raiders. Shout out to Trey. I'm doing a freaking happy dad shotgun at this point. I'm thirsty. I'm excited. It's Friday. Let's have a day. Let's have a day. Shout out to Trey Green.
Shout out to Trey
super
Green.
chat. Thank you, Trey. Miss your brother. Love you soon. Love you. See you soon.
Oh, is that your brother?
That is my brother.
Oh, that's dope.
That is dope. Shout out to him. He's a GOAT. Let's freaking go. Also, Maine Dwayne coming in with a $20 super chat and says, let's stretch this lead. Let's go New York Giants. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Maine Dwayne. Rolly, I feel like it's a Sunday and I'm wearing this hat and we're about to go to OT.
Dude, we're close. We're about 2.5 weeks away from preseason football.
I'm excited.
Or 3 weeks.
Oh, my God.
3-4 weeks, maybe.
It feels good to freaking wear this hat. It feels good to wear this hat right here. Remember when I wore this hat and we beat the Vikings and we just trolled Seeps for a week?
Hey, guys, what did Justin Jefferson do in the divisional game? Or wild card game? Nothing. Because he was stripped. Dory Jackson put him in a little backpack and said, Jay Jetta,
woo!
Take your kid to work day. Welcome to the school bus.
Yeah, he got strapped. He got strapped. Here we go, Giants. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Rob Rodriguez says, I'm so proud of our group today. Everyone is showing up. Rod needed a day off.
I like it.
He's still already been the MVP today. He's already done amazing things. He's the GOAT. That's why I got the Double R jersey on today. Shout out to Rob Rodriguez, the GOAT of Chat Sports right now. Oh, but man, this lead isn't safe.
I agree, but
because I heard them banging over there.
I know.
Did we get an updated number?
He is not responding.
That's sketchy. That is sketchy.
They are sketch balls.
The Raiders are sketchy as hell. I mean, their name is the frickin' Raiders, so that's what's BS. They're sketch balls.
Oh, wait a minute.
As Ryan Liskowitz.
Now I'm confused.
Whoa. No more rule changes.
No more rule changes. But Chugs just responded and let me know 570. So I don't know what they banged. They did a bang. I'm on their stream watching to make sure there's no cheating going on. And they're showing the same Super Chat menu as us. Or, Super Chat battle.
This is literally what they're showing too?
Yes.
We are so in their heads. We are so in their... There has never been a channel at Chat Sports that could even sniff what the Raiders report did in Super Chats. And now, Giants now is about to go up 2-0 against these cats. 2-0.
That's the official to-date numbers.
That's the updated number.
That is as accurate as we're getting. I am officially on double watch, where I'm watching Giants stream. I'm watching the computer that I have to push the buttons on, and I've got the Raiders.
That's a
stream on as
tri-screen
well.
action.
When you want to throw in our wheel action, we got 4 screens here. This is like how we are on NFL Sundays, where it's like, that's happening. Craziness.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. As Ryan Liskowitz comes in with a $2 super chat and says, why Cole like we have enough depth? I would say the reason the Giants signed Cole Beasley is just to have another veteran wide receiver on this team. Maybe they got word that Sterling Shepard or Wan'Dale Robinson won't be ready to go week 1, as both of those guys are battling back from torn ACLs. Maybe they're going to have to start the season on the PUP list or something like that. So I think that this is insurance. I could be wrong here, Rolly. I'd like to hear your opinion. I don't think that the Giants signing Cole Beasley means he's making this roster. He's going to have to earn his spot.
Yeah, Cole Beasley is not someone who can just get signed in late July and randomly make it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, he's going to have to earn it.
Like, he isn't like that.
No. Rob Rodriguez says we're 3-0. We are 3-0. 2-0. Knicks now is 2-0 versus the Raiders report. And Giants now is 1-0 versus the Raiders report. I'd like to go up 4-0 today, Rolly, or clean sweep action. Oh, no! The Raiders report went back up on top. How big of a super chat was it?
They got a 50, a 5, and then 100.
So they just got
a
100.
matter of 30 seconds.
So they got $155 in super chats.
Yep. And I probably shouldn't have went over to their chat and said that we're going to win this easy. The Giants Now channel. Probably shouldn't have done
You
that.
motivated them. So we're back down.
I was trying to talk some shit.
I like it. We're back down, though.
I'm a New Yorker. I was trying to talk some shit.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We don't lose, though, either, as New Yorkers. We don't frickin' lose.
Chugs just sent back to me 750, and I sent back 727. Wait, they're at 50? Did I read that wrong?
Are they at 750?
They're at 730, excuse me.
730. So we're down. Every $50 super chat the rest of the way, we're shotgunning Happy Dads.
Yeah, I got my beer bong that I'll do the beer bong.
Okay, deal. Rolly will do the beer bong. We'll do the Happy Dads. We can't go down to the Raiders report today.
This is up to the minute with 21 minutes.
Oh, they're up
until
to
the deadline.
738 now.
Yeah, just got a couple 5s.
A couple 5s.
Yeah.
A couple 5s. We're right in it. We're right in it. That's Rob.
I love that. Love that.
Rob Rodriguez.
Love that.
$5 super chat.
You know, that's a momentum builder right there.
That is.
You know,
Let's get it going.
Like, we're down by 15. Not
In.
actually, but like in NBA terms or something like that. We're down 15 on the road, and we just want a little 6-0 spurt right there.
Agreed. I'm going to do this. John Scheffler, stay out of our chat, dude. Stay out of our chat, Scheffler. Scheffler's a freaking Raiders fan. So as you can see, there's about 20 minutes left on the clock. Every $10 super chat that comes in until we get to 15 minutes, Rolly and I will alternate taking shots at tequila.
I got my big-ass bottle of Patron.
You got the big Patron. I got Lil Patron.
Patron.
Same Patron, different bottles. Every $10 super chat for the next 3 minutes that comes in. Oh! Rob Rodriguez! Bang! A $50 super chat from Rob Rodriguez.
Let's go.
Puts us back in the lead. Back in the lead. Offer still stands. Every $10 super chat that comes in until 17 minutes on the clock right here, we'll take shots at tequila. I did say, though, every $50 super chat that comes in, I'm going to shotgun a happy dad. So let's roll. Shout out to Rob Rod. Here we go. Here we go, G-Man. Here we go. Ooh, ooh. Here we go, G-Man. Here we go. Ooh, ooh. Rob Rod said it's supposed to be 5 minutes. It is. It is, Rob Rod, and it's BS.
Let's keep a mental note of that.
As Corinne, a $20 super chat, says, let's do this. And then Wrath comes in with a $10 super chat. Let's go. The team, the squad is showing up. They're showing up and they're showing out. Rolly, I need you to take a couple shots of tequila as I do this happy dad.
I'll take 2 shots here. Shout out to Corinne, balling out today.
Corinne is balling the hell out. Let's go.
Wrath, who sent in their first ever super chat as Marshall starts the shotgun. I am going to take the shot for Wrath, who sent their first ever super chat and is now jumping in on the fun, sending in 2 straight $10 super chats.
Again! Wrath again with a $10 super chat. Let's go! Let's go! Shout out to all of you guys. We appreciate you. Corinne came in with a 20, and then Wrath came in with back-to-back 10s. So we owe 4 shots of tequila, and there's 42 seconds left, now 40, now 39. Once this clock gets to 17 minutes, the deal is over. Every $10 super chat till we get to 17 with a shot of tequila. We're getting there. Brett, this is COO Brett. This is my boss, Brett Scott. Brett, get in the camera. Don't be camera shy. Brett Scott, that's a good shirt you got there. Maybe you didn't think you were on air today? I would think this would work, though.
Some of the lighting just doesn't go through.
Shout out to Brett. Oh! Eric Cruz! Bang! A $50 super chat. Show Brett some love.
Y'all are wild. Just
Let's
wild.
go. Let's go. Shout out to Brett.
I just got back from New York.
You did. Brett got back from New York. Did you get any good pizza?
No, not really, actually.
Unbelievable. Disappointing.
I know.
Disappointing.
Tourist pizza is only okay.
Okay. You got to go to the mom and pop shop. Mom and pop shop. Woo! Eric Cruz with a big one. $50 super chat puts us over $100 in the lead. I'll tell you this much, though. It's still loud. It's still loud in the Raiders Report channel. Oh, man.
This is where we stand.
This is where we stand.
Yeah.
This is going. Rob Rodriguez! Bang!
And now this is where we stand.
This is where we stand, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we stand.
This is where we stand.
This is an all-time battle.
This is unbelievable.
This is an all-time battle.
This is so hard to keep up with. This is where we stand now. With 40 seconds left to the original deadline. Just to point that out there.
Oh, my gosh. And then more Life Vaughn and C's sends in a $10 super chat and says the Giants are 2024 Super Bowl winners. I love that. I love that right there. I got a shot of tequila for my guy More Life.
So More Life's first timer on screen there.
Shout out to More Life, first ever super chat on the channel. We appreciate you, boss. Rolly, I'll say this much. We were talking about going to happy hour after work.
And we officially won, by the way, at 5 o'clock deadline.
5 o'clock deadline, we win. They had to extend the lead, extend the timer. They are so nervous over there.
They are scared.
They are so scared over there.
I'm watching them right now. I'm literally
They're quivering.
shit their pants on stream right now.
Ooh, what are we
Watching
gonna do?
What are we gonna do? We can't beat the little Giants for the game.
Let's freaking go.
What are we gonna do? The Giants are spanking us again.
Rob Rod says Brett needs to get those Raiders to stop cheating.
Facts.
He knows. Brett knows that the Raiders Report likes to cheat. Brett knows. Brett's on our side. He really is. Shout out to Brett
Brett
Scott.
knows ball.
Brett knows ball. Brett knows ball. Rolly, 14 minutes left. I feel like this might get wild.
I would have to agree.
Eric Cruz came in with a 50.
Eric Cruz has been a legend.
Eric Cruz has been on his A game today. Rob Rod doing what Rob Rod does. Corinne being a GOAT. Corinne has been the glue today.
Yes,
Corinne is the glue.
I
She's
agree.
always the glue, number one. But today, Corinne has been a legend. I do have a bad feeling of what just happened because I can hear what's going down in the Raiders studio. So I just heard them yell bang, and when they yell bang, it's usually a $100 super chat. So we might be going down in the lead right now. We might, and we are. We are back down. We are back in the losers department. But you know what the greatest news is, Rolly? We still got a quarter to play.
Put the fours up.
Put your fours up.
Put the fours up.
Everybody type those fours in the
Fours up.
comment section.
Put the fours up.
It's fourth quarter time. Type those fours. Let's go.
Fours up.
It's the fourth quarter. This is where legends are made, Rolly. This is where you get your name hung in the rafters. What you do in the fourth quarter. Who's going to step up? Who's going to take us to victory? Type those fours in the comment section right now as we just got another $10 super chat from More Like Vaughn and C's to cut the lead to just under 40. And then Eric Cruz! Eric Cruz! $100 super chat! Bang! Holy shit, it's getting crazy. I will say, oh, Lord. Oh, Rob Rodriguez, a $50 super chat. We're right there, ladies and gentlemen. We are right there. We're up to 192. So, I think. Oh, no. Oh.
Marshall, I gotta clip that face you made when you heard that noise. Because you looked at me, you're in the headlights, and I was like, yep, it is what you think it is.
Did that already get accounted for?
Yeah, it was just that guy's 500 total.
Okay, Raiders report's back on top. John Scheffler, dude, shut up, John. Oh, no. Rob Rodriguez with a bang of a $50 super chat. And then Joseph M. sends in a $5 super chat and says, take a shot for me. I got you, brother. I got you. We're up to 1,097. Rolly, we are right there.
Yeah. I mean,
we're going to need someone to step up. No doubt about it.
Sucks that they cheated because we won the 5.
We won at 5.
We won at 5. Raiders cheated.
Shout out to my man Joseph with the $5 super chat.
Raiders cheated. There's no way around it.
Kevin, I don't know if Kevin's a Raiders fan, but he's in here saying everyone's always talking when they up.
That's them. No, he's talking about them.
Oh, he's talking about them.
Because they only talk shit when they're up. And when they were down, they had to...
Two.
Oh,
gosh. And Corinne is right. We were also first to 1,000. No? Well, I'm going to claim it. All right. The Raiders report just got another $100 super chat. Kevin, you're a Giants fan, and now you are the coolest dude I know. Shout out to Kevin, because I love that quote.
I love the Michael Jordan quote.
I love that quote.
That goes, everyone likes to talk when they're up. The real shit talkers talk when they down.
I love that quote. I love that. We're down, but we are not out.
Nope.
We are down, but we are not out as we have 9 minutes and 20 seconds left in the Super Chat bet deadline.
Chugs is talking so much shit to me.
Chugs is talking noise. Hey, I'm not doubting us. I know we're going to win. I know we are going to win this battle. I know for a fact that we are going to win this battle. I know for a fact we're going to win this battle. If we win this battle, I'm doing a beer boot.
I love that.
If we win this battle, I'm doing a beer boot. I will. I'll do it. I'm doing a beer boot. 3 beers, 1 boot, 1 chug right here. We'll fill it up. And I'll do the deed. I'll do the deed. Avion says it's clutch time. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. It is clutch
halfway
time.
Through the fourth.
It is clutch time. As you come, sends in a $10 super chat and says, F the Raiders. That's why we got Waller now. We're up to $1,107. No. Yeah, 1,000, right? Yeah, 1,100. And then Kevin, their first ever super chat. Kevin sends in a $10 super chat. We're up to $1,100 in super chat. That's the quote guy.
Quote guy.
Kevin's the quote guy, and he's giving me the motivation that I freaking need right now. He's giving me the motivation that I need right now. Shout out to Kevin. I got a shot for Kevin. We're less than 8 minutes away, Rolly.
First time super chat. Had the amount wrong.
Kevin, first time super chatter. Shout out to you. Kevin says, quote guy, I'll take it. Kevin, if you ever come back to this channel, you will always be the quote guy.
Whenever we see your name pop up, quote guy.
That quote is electric.
It is a good quote.
They only talk when they up. Winners talk shit all the time. That's what we are, winners. Winners. 7 minutes remaining. 7 minutes remaining. You know what, Rolly? Let's type those 4s in the comment section one more time. It's the fourth quarter. It's the fourth quarter. It's the fourth quarter. Type those 4s. Bring your A game. Someone's got to step up for the Raiders.
I just sent 1,000 4s into the comment section.
They've got their squad deep today.
Yeah.
They've got a deep squad today. I believe in us. I like us. I like us. I like us.
I'd rather roll with this squad than that squad.
F that team.
F that team.
F that team.
F the cheaters. F the Raiders. I'll roll with my New Yorkers every day of the week. Every day of the week. And twice on Sunday.
My man Why Come said, it's Why Come, not you come. I'm dead. F the Raiders report. As Slim Cash comes in with a $10 super chat and says, Barkley or not, we going to the top. Yes, we are. Giants are heading to the Super Bowl this year. Let's roll. Let's roll. Shout out to Slim Cash with a $10 super chat as we have less than 6 minutes to go. Less than 6 minutes to go. This is going to get dicey. This is going to get dicey. They have built a good lead, not going to lie.
I'll roll with my New Yorkers no matter what. And I'm not going to ask for too much here. But can you not feel like some magic in the air? You never know.
They've built a good lead. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, that.
1.
Oh, no.
2.
A little bit more.
3.
250.
Oh.
And it was this guy's first time super chat.
The Raiders report's taking a big lead. The Raiders report is taking a big lead. The Raiders report is taking a big lead. No doubt about it. Oh, man. We still got 4 minutes, Rolly. We still got 4 minutes. We're down, but we're not out. We're down, but we're not out. We're down, but we're not out. I still like us. Why did
they have to cheat? We won. We got to 5. We won the race to 5.
I still like us.
I'll ride with y'all till we die.
I still like us.
I'm still riding.
I know Rob Rodriguez is lurking out there
There
somewhere.
could be some magic. Half-court heave.
I know Rob Rod is watching from somewhere. I know he is. And if he can, he will. If he can, he will.
What are you doing here, Chippy?
Chippy, fuck you and fuck the Eagles.
Chipper's going to tell me some bullshit right now, and I don't fucking like it.
No, I just wanted to check in on how the battle was going.
Someone sent you.
They got a big one in there, so I wanted to see how close.
I disagree. There are some shenanigans behind work.
This is some BS.
Tell Chugs to go suck one.
3:40 to go.
We do need a Hail
We
Mary.
need a Hail Mary.
We do need
We need a Hail Mary. Three and a half minutes. What's going to happen?
We did win the 5 o'clock.
We won at 5 o'clock.
We won at 5 o'clock.
You gave them extra time.
We gave
Correct.
that. They begged for
They
it.
begged.
They begged.
Chugs basically was on his hands and knees.
I mean, you know the Raiders can't get it done.
That's right.
Raiders can't get it done in regulation is 100% right.
Screwed world, yeah.
Screwed world's right. JJ says F the Giants. I want everyone to type FJJ in the comment section right now. FJJ Hodge in the comment section. Let's go. He's saying F the Giants. FJJ. FJJ. Let's go.
Can't type.
FJJ.
I still can't type.
Avion says we need a pick six. We need a little bit more than a pick six. That's for sure. Make sure you have that Venny graphic ready, just in case.
All right. It's a good point, actually.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh, Rolly. I still like us. I still like us.
I'm getting chirped.
You getting chirped? What are they saying?
He said, "Where are y'all at?" And I just said, "Fuck you." And he goes, "Where are you at? I need a number, bitch." And I said, "It's still a 1.1, you cheating scumbag." Oh, my God.
How much?
Another 250.
The Raiders reports up to 2,000. The Raiders reports up to 2,000.
And that Nate guy sent it in again. So he has never super chatted until 2 minutes ago. And he sent in 500.
As we did, just get a $500 Venmo from Rob Rodriguez. Bang! A $500 Venmo from Rob Rodriguez.
Oh, my God.
1 minute left. Oh, no. Put the score on the board. Score on the board. What are we at? What are we at? We're up to 1-6. Oh, Lord. They just got another big one.
So we're at 30 seconds left.
30
Flat out.
seconds.
This is what it is.
30 seconds.
I wish we could go back to Rob Rodriguez. Oh, no. Zahn just poured in another 100.
All right, 20 seconds. If you want to contribute to the Super Chat battle,
15.
the time is now. We're down 600. We're down
10.
600.
9,
Eh,
8, 7, 5,
4,
4,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1, 0. As we just got a $700 Venmo, Rob Rodriguez. Cut it! Cut it! Cut it! Cut it!
Rob Rodriguez!
A $700 Venmo! shenanigans over there.
Let's go!
Rob Rodriguez, an absolute legend, just sent in a massive $700 super chat. I hear some noise coming from the Raiders Report studio, and then he sends in another $200 Venmo. Rob Rodriguez doing everything he can to bring us close. I don't know where we're at. I don't know if we're there, but we have had a great effort today. We are extremely close. I'm not sure what the score is, but I love us.
How much has he sent on Venmo in total?
Venmo in total, he is at 900, 500, 1,600. How much are we down, Rolly? We need a number. We are extremely close. I know that. We are extremely close. We're going to do the math. I love us.
Are you sure that we got the 2 points? He's at 1.6.
He's at 1.6. 500 in Venmo, 900 in Apple Pay. I don't know what he's at.
Are you sure?
I am 100% sure he sent me 900 in cash, Apple Cash, and another 500 in Venmo.
Because I've been told by Jeremy Chuggs that they finished at 2.7. And
Well,
if you add 1,600 to our super chat total,
we're tied.
Also,
We're tied.
2.7.
Suck my nuts, friends. He came in here with a trash bag to talk shit on me. Stay off my screen. Stay off my screen. Stay off.
That's what I
You don't talk shit if you don't fucking win. Fuck that. No. It's tied.
No,
It's tied.
bullshit.
We win.
Chuck
We
won.
tied.
What
He
is that?
cheated. He cheated. He cheated. He thought he won. He didn't fucking win. Loser. Loser. He didn't even win. He didn't even win. This man came in here to celebrate, and he didn't even win. He didn't even win.
I said 2.7K is where we got the deadline.
He
Fair.
sent all 900 by 5:15.
And then
He sent all
Chuck is
500
saying
by
2.8.
9:15. We win again. We win again.
We win or tied.
We won again. We tied at the very minimum. At the minimum, we tied, but we won. He tried to come in here, talk his hot shit, thought he won, and once again could not beat the New York Giants fans. Once again, he couldn't beat us. Borelli, I'm sorry, bro. I love you, but you didn't win, brother. You didn't win. They didn't win.
Chugs is claiming.
Why are they claiming victory? You didn't win. You didn't. How? You're not. You're at 2.7. Chuck said it.
He said 2.7.
At 5:15, you were at 2.7. You were. He has the message.
This is when he sent to me 2.8.
And I have it right here. What time did those come in? 5:17. So you're counting after the bell.
Chuck says 2.8.
The Raiders would be a fan base that claims wins when they don't win.
Behavior.
The Raiders would be the fan base that claims wins when they don't win. Look, when you don't win a playoff game in 20 plus years, you got to stoop. You didn't win, so.
Disgusting behavior.
You didn't win.
Disgusting behavior.
You didn't win.
The cheaters in Las Vegas.
It's
Disgusting.
okay. They didn't win.
At worst, tie.
At minimum, it is a tie.
I can show you guys the proof.
At 5:15, Rob Rodriguez sent the number to get us over the top. At 5:17, somehow the Raiders report total got updated. I don't know how that happens.
Let me show you guys. I'll show you guys so you know and the whole world knows. I'm going to try not to show everything here. But if you can see, at 5:17.
5:17.
2.8. After I said at 5:16, final 2.7 at the deadline. At 5:17 is when Chug sent it in. Cheater. Absolute cheater.
They lost.
Disgusting behavior.
Unbelievable. These men had to extend the deadline 2 times. I know for a fact that we won. Rolly has the receipts. Rob Rodriguez got both of his in by the time of 5:15. We win. At minimum,
you know
it's
what?
a tie.
I'm not even going to say minimum and a tie. Fuck it. We won.
We won. We won.
If they want to claim victory, we're claiming victory.
Agreed. Agreed. Rob Rodriguez,
We won.
MVP of Chat Sports, once again dominates in a super chat battle. That's incredible.
We beat your ass, Chugs.
You sent it at 5:17, you fuck. They didn't win,
They're
though.
claiming victory, and it's pissing me the fuck off.
It is. Rob Rodriguez says, what about a shootout?
A
Rob,
shootout.
Rob, if you start the shootout, it'll happen.
Rob Rod is quite literally saying, you can't go band for band with me. Jeffrey, you're claiming victory when you lost. John Borelli, I love you, but you guys simply did not win. Chugs sent the deadline money at 2.7. I sent our deadline money at 2.7, so we tied. And then next thing you know, he goes at 5:17, 2 minutes after the deadline, 2.8, trying to claim victory. That's bullshit. Bullshit.
Rob Rodriguez, you send your number, and I guarantee you nobody can match you.
We fucking won.
100%. 100% won.
That's not fair, Borelli.
And then we got other people at Chat Sports scraping up their knees in Studio A, getting their mouth full on this shit. That's my boot. They don't get to use my boot. No, use one of those on the shelf. That's Knicks Now and Giants boot. Chippy, get the fuck out of here.
Chippy, close the door and get the fuck out.
Intern Chippy thinks he's running shit. You're an intern.
You've been fucking downgraded.
You're an intern. It's an embarrassing moment for this company that the Raiders Report claims win in this situation. If I was the CEO or the COO of this company, I would be embarrassed.
I would borderline maybe fire them.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I'm honestly sad.
I would expect. I'm not shocked because a team that hasn't won a playoff game in 20
Oh,
years
look who it is.
would
The
do this
lying
shit. You didn't win.
scumbag.
Don't come on
The
here.
lying
You didn't win.
scumbag.
Your
No, you
number
did
came in
not.
at 5:17. Your message has the
The
time.
receipt says.
There's the timestamp.
Depends on whenever we got it. We got it at 5:15.
Show the proof. Show the proof.
Mitch has the video.
Show it. Go get it. Go get it.
How do I know if that's the Venmo to put you over or not?
Yeah. How do we know?
There is nothing they can do that can try to cover up this disgrace of a cheating
They
scumbag
cheated.
scandal.
They cheated. At 5:15 East Central Time, both channels were at 2.7. At 5:15, both teams were at 2.7.
Rob Rod the GOAT, man.
Rob Rod's the GOAT.
Fucking GOAT.
Check it out. Tri-Van, 500. Look when Mitch sent it to me.
That didn't count.
What time does it say?
You were already at 2.
What time does it
You're
say?
not listening.
What time does it say?
You're not listening. You were at 2.7 at 5:15. How'd you get to 2.8? It wasn't a 500.
Because we got another $100 super
So when did that
After
come
the
in?
deadline.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. We were watching your stream.
I'm
You were
watching your stream.
You lost. You just admitted. He just admitted he lost.
Hey, Raiders win. Whenever y'all win, y'all can get the boot back.
It's not even this channel's boot, but that's a good one. You literally just admitted to losing.
Hey, it's okay to lose sometimes.
For sure. I mean, I'd be embarrassed too if I were y'all. It's okay. I know who won. We know who won.
We all know who won.
You just admitted that you lost by saying the 500 got him there because Rolly, it did not. They were at 2.7.
They got to 2.7 from the 500.
Exactly.
And then the deadline hit.
Exactly.
And they're claiming another
No,
100.
no. If you're going to
No.
talk BS and cheat, I'm not doing that. You did not.
Nope.
How about this then? We're gonna challenge you, since if you guys want to go, we tie. Boot race. You fill up a boot. You fill up a boot. I fill up a boot. Chugs fills up.
That's not fair. Chugs is like the best in the fucking world.
Relay race. Boot race.
We'd get smoked.
You decided. That's on you. That's on you.
Your host just sold you out, right?
I have no idea.
He said the $500 super chat got you in the lead. It was not. No, you were at 2.7. We were watching your stream. The 100 super chat after that which was after 5:15.
I'm rewatching right now.
I am too.
Boot race.
I'm rewatching.
Me versus Mars.
No.
No, how about this? You want to make it fair?
Relay race.
No, let's make it fair. Shot fun race. Let's make it fair.
Relay race.
Let- Let's make it fair. Shot fun race.
Boot race. Giants, Raiders. Boot race.
It's weird. The super chat battle on here hit 0, and not all the super chats are in.
When their alleged winning super chat came in, it was 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago.
Which
That's
is after
5:17.
5:15.
Huh, that's weird.
Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, that's the best thing about YouTube is that there's receipts. So they're trying to claim victory on a win that wasn't there. We win. We win just because they lied. Could you beat Mitch in a boot race?
It'd be close.
I love it. Bring out the receipts. Bring out the receipts.
It's an embarrassing moment for this company.
Sad.
It's an embarrassing
Disgusting.
moment for this company.
Sad. Gross.
Embarrassing moment for this company.
Sad and gross.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's embarrassing. Holy shit. What a race.
It was a battle, man.
It was a battle. It was a battle.
Man. I love that out of you. Love that.
I mean, am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
It would technically have to come in before that, right? I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. We get the dub. Because if you don't count that 100, I would be led to believe that see, the different thing about us, Rolly, as New Yorkers versus fake Raiders fans is that we can at least admit that we didn't win.
Oh,
We
yeah,
tied.
yeah.
We tied at worst, but they are parading around like they won. I mean, there's not much to celebrate for Raiders fans, which I understand.
I mean, this is the best win they'll have all year.
They haven't won a playoff game in 20 years. It's understandable. It's a big moment for them. But I believe the deadline is 5:15,
Yeah.
not 5:15 and 20 seconds. That's weird. That's weird.
Just say Raiders fans would know a lot about that. It's a parade inside my city, yeah. When do you think the first hashtag Chat Sports come in?
At 5:15, Giants now is at 2.7. The Raiders report was at 2.7. At 5:15 and 20 seconds, a $100 super chat came in on the Las Vegas Raiders channel. The deadline was 5:15. If you want to include that in your victory, you can. You got it. I can't include that. I can't. I just can't. I just can't.
I still can't get over them extending the deadline. That's the thing that pisses me off.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing not only for that channel, for Mitchell Renz, for Jeremy Chuggs, but also this company. I'm embarrassed to say that I have to work at a company that celebrates wins when they don't win. I don't want that to be the DNA of Chat Sports. I don't want that to be the DNA. All in all, what we did today was once again impressive.
Yeah.
Once again incredible. Once again a company and channel changer. That's incredible, man.
You might get spammed on Twitter. Disgusting.
Jack, I got a question for you. If the deadline is 5:15, when do the supers stop counting? Okay. That's what I thought. It's okay. Look, a franchise that hasn't won a playoff game in 20 years, they can't win. They've taken plenty of L's. They should be able to lose.
Hey, I got Marsh's Baba for him. He's really upset right now. I got your Baba.
Jeremy, you look like my son. Borelli, I love you, but if you're going to come in here and talk noise, I'm also going to talk noise back to you. I'm no pussy. You're no pussy. So let's stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. Like, you don't just get to talk shit, and then when I talk shit back, it's watch your words. That's not how things work with me, bro.
Rob Jigga, good to see you as always.
To the Giants fans.
The best fans in the world.
To the best fans in the world. Shout out to you guys. We love you. Thank you for everything.
Borelli, you guys want us to do a boot race. It's clearly
what?
not fair.
Yeah, what? That makes no sense, John.
So, Borelli, I would consider us allies. And
we all love John Borelli.
yeah, we all love Borelli.
I'm just saying, like, you can't come in here talking noise and then not be expected to get met back with noise.
So here's the thing, right? Like, they said boot race, team boot race, me and Marshall versus Mitch and Chuggs. But here's the thing, Chuggs does it in 9 seconds. It's not very fair to Marsh and I, who don't have a lot of experience, right? So I countered with beer shot fun race, because that is something that all of us can do in this semi-close time. And what was the answer met by Marshall and Chuggs? No, boot race, because they knew they were scared and wouldn't play in an even playing field, because that's not how Raiders fans do it. Sad.
Still blaming the Tuck rule on why they didn't win the Super Bowl.
Just be better.
Just be better. Have higher expectations for yourself. I think that's just what it comes down
More
to.
than fair.
I love how all the Raiders fans are watching us, though.
Yeah.
Thanks for being subscribed. Thanks for watching the channel. Make sure you hit that like button and watch the ads. We would appreciate it. It's an embarrassing moment for them, honestly.
Sad way to go out.
It's a very sad way to go out.
Credibility might be tarnished. Oh, man. Rob Rod says it's impossible for him to win. I agree. William Lano just joining in goes, what's up, Martian Rolly? Well,
William Lano. What up, brother?
Lot on today's show. James Robinson, Cole Beasley, Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
Also had a Super Chat battle of the decades where we probably tied, but that's as worse as it gets.
JJ Hodge, your one subscriber won't matter, brother. In the grand scheme of things, you don't matter.
My God.
Oh, shit. Jay Sports Card says, hey, do you think the Giants will sign a pass rusher next? It's definitely possible. Definitely possible, no doubt about it. Borelli, it's all love, brother. I'm just saying, I'm just matching energy, bro. I just match energy. I just match it. It's what I do. Hope you respect it.
I think the way to decide the tiebreaker is who has more likes on their stream. We win.
Oh. It's crazy. That's crazy. Nonetheless, despite the cheating, despite the what's the word I want to use here? Despite the fraudulent acceptance of a win, antics, it was an amazing stream. No doubt about it. I am proud to be a Giants fan as always.
I'll say this. I'll much rather be associated with the Giants now faithful than the Raiders report. Let's say that.
This was, Rolly, how can I explain this? This was their Super Bowl.
Correct.
If they lost today, they would have lost 4 times in a row to our channels here in New York. They would have lost 3 in a row to the Knicks, 2 in a row to the Knicks, and 2 in a row to the Giants.
Listen, I might not be a diehard Giants fan or a Knicks fan, but I can say this alongside some of you guys, that New York runs this shit.
It is what it is. It's a great day, as always, to be a member of New York Giants now.
Bill, that seems like the most likely record that we have.
There's literally a timestamp that came in after. If your deadline's 9, it doesn't mean getting it in at 9 minutes and 40 seconds.
Nope.
It just doesn't.
Because it closes at 8:59, 59 seconds.
Exactly. Slim Cash with the comment of the day. You know we won, Marsh. Everyone coming into your studio, you never went to their whack side. Giants for the win. Exactly.
Yeah, we didn't. We don't have to convince them that we.
They didn't expect this today, despite having 6x the subscribers and 2 times, 3 times the amount of videos on the channel. It's a great day. We don't have to go around and parade our wins. But when you don't win a playoff game for 20 years, you got to do what you got to do. William Lano, though, my man, comes in with a $5 super chat, says, who gets a TD first this season, Hyatt or Saquon? I'm going to go with Hyatt. Excuse me. I'm going to go with Saquon. Saquon's going to play week 1. He's not sitting out games. He's not passing out on $600,000 per game. That's the fine that Saquon Barkley would have to forfeit if he does sign that franchise tag and misses games. He's not doing that. Running backs know they have a short shelf life. They know that there's a short opportunity for them to win games. So I'm going to say no. No to Saquon Barkley missing games, and I'm going to say Saquon Barkley to who scores the first TD. Sinister Time says that is true. You guys didn't need to plead your case. Just take the belt. The numbers show it.
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Men lie. Women lie. Numbers don't.
Women lie. Men lie. Numbers don't.
They're now eating corn the long way.
Are they? Really?
Yep.
About to screenshot that.
If you did, it'd be a great screenshot.
Oh, I did. I just got it.
What are they doing? This is the most disgusting thing I've ever watched. They're pulling off some disgusting shenanigans back there, I'll tell you what.
My boy Trace over there scraping the fuck out of his knees, sucking over there. It's embarrassing for him. If anyone has any Band-Aids, send them to 2323 Bryan Street in Dallas. People are bleeding from their knees from being on them too much.
Oh my God.
Can you put this on screen?
Yeah.
Photos.
Did you move it over?
I'm doing it right now. I put it in square and horizontal. I don't know which one's going to fit better.
Waiting for this to sync.
These are the people that claimed wins today? The guys that are deep-throating corn on the cob?
That's unbelievable.
These are your kings, Raiders fans. These are your kings.
You caught Chippy bad.
Yeah, Chippy over there just as bad as Trace, bloody knees. What are they doing? This is what Raiders fans do?
SEH, they some gobblers for sure.
They are gobblers.
Hard hand analysis. Rob Chica says, well, at least one guy used a towel. Rob Rod says, obviously they are experienced.
These are your kings?
These are your kings.
John Borelli, this is your guy? That's crazy.
My goodness. Sad day. The integrity of this company might have just gone down the
Do you think
shithole.
they swallow?
Yeah. I think Mitch's is gone.
My man Mitch put the whole cob in and isn't even watering in his eyes at all. This would be their grinder profile picture for sure, Bill. For sure. Borelli,
We got
Borelli, bow down to your king, brother. Bow down to your king. Mitchell Renz is deep-throating that corn. You choking yet, bruh? My man Jeremy can't even put more than the tip in. Trace over there has immaculate form with the hand. Chippy's going with the Gawk 9000. That's wild. Well, we'd love for you to come in. Can you explain this picture to me? Can you come explain? Oh, wait, so you want to come in here and talk shit, but when you're deep-throating corn, you don't want to talk about it.
What are you doing, Chippy?
Chippy,
I
you
wouldn't
being
come on
able to
screen.
put a whole cob of corn in your mouth doesn't prove anything to me except that's some Clemson shit right there.
Fucking Clemson.
That's Clemson shit right there.
You need
didn't
some
win.
Band-Aids? You need some Band-Aids?
Yeah, your knees look a little
scraped
bloody.
up there.
My man been on his knees for the past hour and a half sucking off those boys on the Raiders report. I think we actually have some in there in the first aid kit for Chippy and Trace. You honestly, Chip, you got the Gawk 9000 going down. Is that what you do back in Clemson?
I mean, they taught me how to do it.
Oh, so you're blaming the Raiders fans. I'm cool with that. Jake Chipper, it's the Raiders fans that taught me how to eat corn the long way. That's a quote.
Quote.
That's a quote.
Put it on a
Quote
quote
it.
graphic.
Put it on a quote graphic. Go build it, Chippy. That's wild.
That's great.
That's crazy. I might make that my Twitter header.
I like
Honestly, I'm embarrassed for Chipper that he has to be associated with that.
it. Sad. Sad.
That's crazy. Borelli, I love you and I respect you as a man. You can't support this, bro. You can't support this. I don't know what to say, Rolly. I'm a little embarrassed to say I work at this company because of this right here. My man has the whole thing in his mouth.
Hopefully soon, Burley.
What's the deal with this? Mitch deep-throating corn. Jeremy toying his tongue with the tip. Chippy and Trace over there bleeding on their knees because they've been sucking off the Raiders report all day.
No wonder Giants has been able to win.
Yeah,
right?
it's embarrassing that my man Mitch, his eyes aren't even watering, and he's got the whole thing in
He's
his mouth.
winking.
Yeah.
My man's jaw is about to be sore tonight.
Some situation I've seen that look, but for him it's just not good.
Roles are reversed. Chippy, I would love for you to explain yourself.
Play-by-play.
Because I'm embarrassed for you to say you work here, and I advocated for you to be hired.
Explain yourself.
First
Play-by-play.
Who's your NFL team?
The Eagles.
Very clear by
Go
clear
Birds!
by this picture.
Oh, yeah.
Low key.
Abort. It's abort.
This I can't do.
You already did.
This I can't do. Nobody clip that,
Jake
please.
Chipper, I can't deep throat. I can deep throat corn, but I can't wear a Giants hat.
That's the line. That's the line I cannot
That's the
cross.
line you
That's the
can't
line
cross.
I cannot cross.
Trace, you need to come explain yourself as well.
Trace was throwing it down in
My
there,
man
man.
Trace has the. Well, no. What's more embarrassing? Trace, come on here. Chippy's got the Gawk 9000 going. You look like you got a little syringe, little wrist action with it. Here's the deal.
Yeah, if you don't twist it, you don't get it. It's not as effective.
Eating corn
That is
the
true.
long way is this way. It's not the other way.
Can you
That's what
explain
it
the
is.
way that y'all did it? Yeah, so we took the corn, held it by the face, and then you have two hands on it. So
you go
explain
in.
that to me.
We'll see. All right. So you got to get it stable enough, right? So you take it at the base, and then you just, you know.
Well, if you spit on it, it helps it out, apparently.
Now, is there
That-
any?
that was not
is there
me.
any other type of?
Oh, hold on.
Eagles fan.
Now, Chipper, may I ask? You said you got to grab by the base with the two hands.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything underneath the base that you might need to get some action in there?
I don't know if I'm pro enough to know that. I did not do any fondling, but I might have seen Mitch doing a little fondling.
Mitch just literally has the whole thing in his mouth, and his eyes aren't even watering.
He's winking. He's watching.
I mean, he's clearly done this before.
My man said, my jaw's not sore. Chippy,
Last way to defend yourself?
Look, I'll say this. You can't knock it till you try it, all right?
Chippy.
I'll leave it at that.
Chippy, Band-Aids are in the first aid kit. Your knees look a little bloody. All righty, Giants fans. We're going to sign off on today's video. Do I need to say more? Borelli, I can promise you this. I don't eat corn the long way. I definitely don't idolize people that eat corn the long way. Holy shit. This might be my new Twitter header.
I don't hate it.
That's crazy. Rob, when you're here, you will be treated like a king, brother.
I am so excited for that day.
When Rob Rodriguez comes down to Dallas for the Giants-Cowboys game, we're going to have fun. Rob, I'm looking at the weekend after the last preseason game. So there's the last preseason game, Rob, and there's a bye week, and then there's the regular season game.
Isn't there 2 weeks?
Is there 2 this year? I know it's 1 for sure.
Wait, so would that be that September 1st weekend then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to look the last preseason game, and there's a bye week, and then there's the regular season. I'm looking at that week, Rob. I'm going to talk to the bosses. Is today Friday?
Yeah.
Today's Friday. Probably not today. We'll get in the office on Monday, and we'll talk about that. But, Rob, when you're here in Dallas, guarantee you we're going to have a hell of a time. And when we come to Miami, it's going to be a hell of a time. To everyone, thank you. An electric stream. Giants made 2 roster moves, if you still were curious. Cole Beasley and James Robinson. And we tied the Raiders report today. We did tie. We technically did not win, but we did tie. But I'm at least man enough to admit we tied. I won't claim victory when victory has not been achieved. That's my motto. Stay golden, and whatever you do, don't do this unless you want to be a Raiders fan. Love y'all, boys. See y'all.